comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Yes, welcome aboard to a beautiful Friday. Hope you all are doing well. Of course, Sean Stanley by my side, ready to rock and roll. You ready, Sean? You ready? You ready? You ready? There he is. There he is. I get the thumbs up. That's what I like to see. We got a loaded show on a Friday. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you're feeling like I am after watching Crow climb up to 35 cents right now on crypto. V-Chain's up to like 16 cents now. It's up 10%. And I didn't talk about this publicly because, as you all know, when I tell you about something on the crypto side, I usually talk about something that's an investment, not a gamble. Okay? But I did tell a couple of friends yesterday, hey, I'm going to do this just for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying? So yesterday, Sean, I put a couple bucks on a meme coin called Dogecoin Mars. Okay. And, I kind of have this inkling that, it could pump a little bit. And so I got it yesterday, and that mother has been pumping. It's at like 55%. It's been pumping Madonna in the MTV Music Awards did not pump that well on the floor. If anybody knows what the hell I'm talking about from back in the day. Dogecoin Mars right now, Sean. Okay, I got it yesterday. It's up 77.5% right now. That is crazy, man. 77.5% it's up now. Holy moly. Damn. That's the only thing that's helped me survive this Dolphin season, I got to tell you. Because the Dolphin season has driven me crazy. Last night I'm watching the Heat, and boy, that game went completely awry. Thank the Lord that the Panthers, although they give up the 3-goal lead, when they tie it up at 4, it's like, holy moly, what's going on here, dude? The Heat, having a terrible night. Lowry gets the ankle twisted up. The Panthers, they give up the lead. They got the tie. And what a beautiful overtime. I don't know if you watched the game, Sean, but that overtime was masterful. The way they controlled possession in that overtime, and then the final play that set up the goal by the kid that I can't pronounce his name, that was awesome. That was awesome. I mean, that was beautiful, man. That was those are the kind of games they used to lose, right? Those are the kind of games the Panthers used to lose. And now, and let me tell you, a night where obviously the kids struggled and Bob did well coming in. But got to tell you, it's it's fun to watch the Panthers. These Panthers are really, really, really good, man. They are impressive. 9-0-1. And I know it sucks last night. The Heat had a terrible night. They fell to 6-2. But I mean, overall, it's been a terrific season. They got one hell of a game tomorrow night against Utah at the FTX Arena. So that should be a lot of fun. Let's see where Lowry is with the ankle sprain. I heard Spo after the game, knowing him, he'll say, I'm just fine and all that kind of stuff. We'll see, but that's kind of, hey, man, look, it was a freakish thing. I mean, Duncan falling into him, that was just one of those, what are you going to, it's like the lineman that gets somebody rolled up on their ankles, and that happens all the freaking time. Shut up. I'm not talking to you. Leave me alone. Anyway, why is it that the watch always goes off? How many times have I said it? For those who watch a lot, right? The damn watch goes off all the damn time.
Also tomorrow, Carolina against the Florida Panthers. I heard that's going to be a good game. It's
Carolina, dude. They've been a thorn in our side.
Also, I think they're 9-0-0, and we're 9-0-1.
Right.
So it's going to be 2 undefeated teams as far as losses go. on the ice.
Right. Yeah, because we have an overtime loss. Exactly. You're right. A shootout loss. I'm sorry. We have a shootout loss. Yeah, they've been a pain in the ass too. And you got to control Vinny Trocheck. So yeah, I'm with you there. Although, hey, man, I put the picks out on Twitter last night. We went 3-1 on the Hard Rock app. We went with the 76ers minus 4.5 against Detroit. They covered. We went with Duncan Robinson over 10.5. He covered. We went with Russell Westbrook. I thought that one was the easiest one of them all last night because Russell Westbrook was over and under 22.5, but LeBron James wasn't playing last night. So I go, oh, that dude's going to have the ball in his hands the whole time? Give me Russell over 22.5. We won that one. And then my man Christian Wood, unfortunately, I took it over 19.5. I think he scored 17, so we lost that one. We went 3-1 on the Hard Rock app last night. We posted it on Twitter before the game, so if you follow me on Twitter at Big O Show, you would have seen it. You know, I've been doing some of my picks earlier, but my problem is things change later on in the afternoon heading into the games. So I need to find out all the information. So I'm going to post them on Twitter instead. And then you can follow there at Big O Show on Twitter because I'd rather get the latest information. Sometimes I'm giving you the picks now and I don't have all the information because some guys are game time decisions and this guy might not play and this guy might rest and whatever. And oh my God, a COVID thing comes up and it kind of changes everything. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Grafton is just putting in Crow. You know it, baby. You know it. I've been a hodler of Crow for a long time. And doing sports radio, you end up eating a lot of crow as it is. So, I mean, that Dojlin move just was like, that's crazy, dude. Oh,
Hey,
Lord.
Not to break in, but looks like the Odell Beckham release is imminent as the EVP of football operations and General Manager Andrew Berry have already issued the statement. I put it up there for you.
Okay, let me see what the statement says. It says, after careful consideration, internal discussions, and conversations with Odell, that pain in the ass, and his representatives, we've determined that keeping Odell and Baker Mayfield on the same team is really just impossible. So it's in our best interest of all parties involved that Odell no longer play for the Cleveland Browns. We appreciate his efforts, his contributions. We hate that he's always injured while in Cleveland, but we've just reached a point where it's best that we move forward without this punk on the team. We are finalizing the process of granting Odell his release, and we really don't wish him well, but we've got to say it here on the release as his career probably continues and ruining another team. I'm paraphrasing. I added a little bit of something. What do you want me to do? I added reality to the release. Did I not clear it up a little bit more, Sean? Did I not tell the real story? Right? Didn't I like see through the trees there, as they say? Right? Yeah. So, I just kind of I just want to make sure if I'm going to read the release, I might as well tell you what the release really says. You know what I'm saying? Big O, Sean, and our Fin fam, listen up, Greer. Please, no OBJ. The question is, Lisa, did you take advantage of Dojlin Mars? It's up 70% right now. Lisa was one of the friends that I gave her a heads up because Lisa is a friend of the program. Let's see, what else do we have here? Gus 1388 says Miami is number 2 on the waiver wire. No chance in hell OBJ comes here. Hey, bro, we love injured receivers. No. No. Let's go with a little Dikembe Mutombo. No. It could happen. I mean, anything is possible now. I mean, really, think about it. Did you think you were going to be 1-7? Did you think the team was going to suck this bad? Did you think that the coaching staff would be this pathetic? So, anything is possible right now. This is the kind of season that I could see us doing something stupid like that. I mean, listen, none of their receivers stay healthy, so they figure we'll add another one, and then one of them will stay healthy every once in a while. Plus, he likes South Beach here. We'll provide him the proper shorts so he can actually hang out because, Odell and company were a bunch of idiots. They were on a boat in pants and stuff like that. It's like they were dressed like they were in New York. It's like, what's wrong with you, dude? You're in South Beach. You're on a boat. Let's go. Dress accordingly. Jay Gelfin says, good morning, Adam from Dangerous Minds Brewing Company said to say hello. Tell Adam I love him, man. Give him my number. Please give him my cell number because my cell phone completely crapped out a couple of months ago, like 2 months ago, and I lost a bunch of the new numbers that I had added over the last, 6 months to a year, and his is one of them. So please, have him call me. You got my number, so give him my number. Tell him to call me. What's it like? Drago says, like an artist, Big O, you brushed it up. What the Browns wanted to say. Excellent. I mean, we try, Drago. We try to, provide a service here every day. We try to connect with the folks out there, right? Because we're all one big happy family. So I want to hug all of you guys out there, whether I agree with you, disagree with you, come up with some crazy ass Oliver Stone theories. So do I. So, whatever it is, I love all of you out there. So, yes, that's what it is. We're all one big happy family. And please join us. Sports Grill, Bird Road, 114th, right off the Turnpike and Bird Road. It's really easy to get to. It's a fantastic place. We're going to be there for the next 9 weeks. We got a great shot at winning this week. By the way, the line went down to 5.5. It was 6.5. So money's coming in on the Texans. Can I tell you something? I think I might bet the Dolphins this week and lay the 5.5. I think the Dolphins can win by a touchdown this week. As bad as they are, and they certainly can lose to the Texans, I don't know why I have a...
Sorry, could you say that again?
I'm not talking to you, woman. Leave me alone. Anyway, I just think we have a shot this week at really winning. I don't know why I think they're going to kind of put something together. I'm not going to say they're going to put it all together, but I think they're going to play a half decent game this week. I don't know why I should not have that feeling. Okay, it's a really dumb emotion on my part. I'm setting myself up for just disappointment and failure, and I know it. I know some of you are saying that. I know some of you are saying you're crazy, but I kind of feel, like laying that 5.5. I think they're going to win by a touchdown. I really do. Some tells me the defense this week is going to ball out and come up with a couple big plays. Tua will play all right. The running game will get going this week a little bit. I just get that feeling there'll be a buzz in the stadium. The fans that are there are going to be desperate for a win, so a lot of emotion will be involved. Once they see him start playing a little better, they'll get into it, and maybe that'll be a nice little lift for the team. I just get that. I just got that feeling, man. I don't know why, and I shouldn't, and I should not have that feeling. I should have zero confidence in the Dolphins, zero confidence in Cam Flo and company. I mean, that's just the way it should be, but I don't know why. I can't explain it. I just think they're going to do enough this week to give us a decent performance against a really crappy team. And I know we're also a crappy team. I know our beloved Dolphins are a crappy team, but they're our crappy team. They're our family. We can love our family even though they're crappy sometimes. Big O, was it wrong that I watched the great Glee as the Colts ran all over the Jets last night? My Dolphins' grief was lessened and my pain was erased watching the team dismantled. Ray, at this point, I get it. But I could have some fun laughing at the Jets if the Dolphins were 6-2 or 7-1 or 8-0. I can do that. But while the Dolphins are 1-7, I don't take any pleasure in watching anybody else lose, even the Jets. It's not that I want the Jets to win. I want them to lose, of course. I want the Jets, the Patriots, and the Bills to lose every week. But that's not it doesn't make me feel any better about our season, I got to say. Our team has to be good in order for me to enjoy others' misery. Okay? That's the twisted way I look at it. Okay? Like last year, I can enjoy the Jets' misery last year while the Dolphins are 10-6. There I can do that, but I can't laugh at someone else when we're just as a joke as they are, unfortunately. An even bigger joke, right? Because they've got 2 wins, we've got 1. So, that does nothing for me. Big O, would you buy Crow now on this run or wait for a dip? You never, ever buy anything on a parabolic run. Never. You wait for consolidation. Always. Okay? When you see a parabolic run, don't do what 80% of the world does because they don't know any better. All right? And I'm not trying to talk down to any of you out there. I want to help you. That's all I've done for months now, helping you with crypto. All of you that have invested in the coins that I've told you, you're up, man, well over 100% on your portfolios. Okay? Well over 100% on you have more than doubled your portfolios, maybe even tripled your portfolios if you've listened to me and you've bought it and you've followed my advice. I have mentioned this over and over and over again. Please never buy anything parabolic. When it's going up like that, do not do that. And if you ever do that, then be ready to completely hold on to the coin, because when there is a correction, and there will be a correction because there's always a correction, when it corrects, it's going to go lower than where you bought it. And you're going to have patience and balls and hang on and say, okay, it dropped another 15, 20% under what I bought it. Now I got to sit there and wait till it comes back and passes up. Do not sell. Do not panic. Do not lose money. But my suggestion to you is never buy anything parabolic. Okay? You could have gotten VeChain at 8.5 cents in September. But you didn't want to do it when I've been talking about VeChain for like 7 months now, 8 months, 9 months maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time that I've been telling you guys about VeChain. So maybe it might be 10 or 11 months actually now. That's right. We're in November. So it was early part of the year. And I've been telling you about VeChain. I've been telling you about VeChain when it was at 5 and at 6 and at 7 and 8 and 9 cents. And I even said when it was at 11 and 13, it was still a bargain, but it's starting to go up. Now, Crow has exploded to 35 cents now. That thing was at 18 cents just in October. I believe I put out the tweet a little bit ago. And again, I've been talking about Crow for a long, long time. Been telling you about crypto.com, great place to buy your crypto. I've been telling you about the Crow card for a long time to get it, and their coin Crow, how it's comparable to Binance, and Binance is at like $500, and Crow is now at 35 cents, and it's got everything Binance has, including the Visa credit card. So I think it's going to continue to soar. But it was at 18 cents on October 27th. October 27th. We are in the 5th. All right, folks? That's 9 days ago. It has almost doubled now from 9 days. You gotta wait for a correction to get back in there. I mean, that's what I would do. Now, if you want to buy, all I'm telling you is if there is a correction, don't sell, hold on. It'll pass 35 again, and it'll continue to go up. I believe Crow is going to go up anyway, but I'm not big on buying something when it's already going parabolic. because it's kind of risky. And then I don't want you to panic. And when it corrects, then you're going to go, oh man, I'm losing money now. Oh, let me sell because I'm going to lose even more. And you're really not, but you only lose when you sell, and you only win when you sell also. So you could be up a lot, but if you don't sell, you didn't make that money. It's like that guy that became a millionaire with Dogecoin, right? And when it got to like 50, he was like a millionaire, but he didn't sell because he thought it was going to go up more. And it went back down to like 20 cents or 22 cents or whatever. And he was no longer the same millionaire anymore. And why? Because he didn't sell at that point. Those kind of things, you got to get out. It is a very, very difficult, thing to manage. And it will play with your emotions. Okay? But remember, V-Chain for life. V-Chain, baby. V-Chain. Let's see. What else do we have here? Haha. I say that about my brother all the time. Yeah, he's an a-hole, but he's my a-hole. You can't call him that, though. I bought parabolic dolphin tickets. Yeah, you did. You did in the off season. You did buy parabolic dolphin tickets. And now the value sunk so much, you can't sell it for the original price that you bought them at. Yeah, that's about right, man. That is about right. Hey, what coin is coming out after the new year that you have your eyes on? Well, I'll tell you one that I already mentioned that I have my eyes on, and it's actually, I mentioned it a couple days ago, and it's already gone up. It's actually up 2.5% right now. It's hit just over 2 cents at 2.15. I mentioned it when it was in 1.9, so it was just under 2 cents. And now it's at 2.1, so it's gone up. In fact, it's up 4.5% right now on the day. It's gone up. And it's called CKB. And it's really cheap because, again, it's 2 cents. And one of the things that's an issue in crypto is called inoperability. Inoperability is a problem in crypto, and that's part of the future of crypto. Like, crypto is the future, even though it's here now. But 95% of the world doesn't know jack crap about crypto. They're all kind of learning. They've heard of it, but they don't know anything about it. You know what I mean? Like Ira coming up. Ira has heard about crypto, but he doesn't really know about crypto. You know what I'm saying? There's the difference in all of that. Inoperability is a problem because you're building blockchains, whether it's Polkadot or Ethereum or Cardano or Solana or Terra Luna. There's all kinds of different blockchains, V-Chain, and they all need to connect because you're going to have dApps that are going to have to work with another dApp on another blockchain. And for those of us that do a lot of crypto like I do, and you have crypto on multiple wallets because not every cryptocurrency exchange has all the coins. You know what I mean? So you have to have them in different places. But if you want to, once one wallet, picks up the coin you have in another wallet, you want to transfer it over. Like Crow is my favorite place. So I transfer anything I get eventually to Crow, right? But if you've noticed that a lot of wallets will not connect with each other, that's inoperability. That's the problem. And so because all these blockchains are being built and this is the future, this is the new internet, you're going to need to connect these blockchains so they can communicate, so they can transact, so they can do businesses, so all these kind of things. So this company, Nervous Network, is actually building those bridges that is going to allow people to connect, to communicate, and to do business. So if you've got a wallet in one place and a wallet in another that don't connect, they will now connect those wallets for you so you can transfer your money. Or if you're making a payment somewhere to some other part of the world or whatever, it's going to allow you to connect. That's the future of the future. Okay, because crypto is the future, even though it's here now. Most of the world isn't caught up, but it is part of the future. So what they're doing now is part of the future issues that are coming up with all of these blockchains and parachains and all this stuff that's coming up. So for me, I think it's a company that it's a long-term hold. So if you're looking at a quick fix and you want a pump and dump and whatever, that's not what this is about. I don't do that a lot. I'm a working stiff. So if I make an investment, I'm looking for coins that are going to grow on the long-term basis. Okay. I'm looking for the Amazons and the Apples and those kind of stocks. I'm looking for those kind of coins. I don't like the pump and dumps. You can make some money, but that's not who I am. So I don't have that I don't have just money to throw around like that and take those kind of gambles. This is a long-term hold that I truly believe will go up in value. And these are the kind of things you want to take advantage of, that they're small prices, just 2 cents. The other one is and you could get it on Voyager, and that is BitTorrent. And BitTorrent right now has been hanging around a third to a fourth of a cent. And BitTorrent just got teamed up with Tron. Tron is going to now do all of their transactions and their business on BitTorrent's blockchain. And Tron has 5 times the transactions that PayPal has. Okay? They're not messing around. Tron's also on the crypto exchange. Their coin goes for 10 cents. Right now, BitTorrent is at 0039. Okay, so it's just above a third of a cent. I believe this thing going into next year will probably be up somewhere around 10 cents. So think about how many times over that thing's going to grow. That's just me. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I would do with my money. So I believe in BitTorrent. It's going to be a slow grower, but it's another one of those that it's a small investment because, again, it's at almost a third of a cent. So you can get plenty of coins for $20. You can get a bunch of coins, and you can let it sit there if you want. If you want to invest more, you can always invest what you're willing to lose. Do not invest your rent. Do not ever invest your mortgage. Do not ever invest the food on your table. Invest what you're willing to lose. That's what you do. Not that we plan on losing, but that's the way you should handle it. Okay? There's my tip. I have a bunch of CKB, Chris Adams says. Gonna hold. Just about everything I'm buying is holding for a year. All my crypto is savings, not money I need. I really want to make this crypto work. I'm looking for the new SHIB. Well, I may have found it yesterday with Doja on Mars. I put in a little money yesterday and it went up 70% today. So I may have found that one. Actually, Doja on Mars. Where's it at right now? That's crazy. I picked up Doja on Mars yesterday and it went up freaking 70%, man. That is absolutely nuts. Right now, Doja on Mars is up 77.5%. Okay, it went down 71.19%. That's not too bad right there. All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. And we're going to come back and talk a little basketball with the man, the myth, the legend. That is Ira Winderman and our Acura Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report. That is next.
Heat fans, time for the best insight of your favorite team with insider Ira Winderman, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. It's the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report. Here's Ira Winderman.
There he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Ira Winderman. Those of you on listening on the podcast, make sure you follow him on Twitter at Ira Heatbeat. Ira, it started off well last night, and then it got ugly, my man. Second quarter on, it just didn't go their way, man. And then we had the Lowry injury, which, the only good thing was that I had what's it called, Robinson over 10.5 for the game on the Seminole Sports app.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I got to tell people, we were speaking about this yesterday in our Palette Rock City Inside the Paint report. So we'll talk about it today in our Acura Pembroke Pines report. The app is not only live from Seminole Sports, but it is absolutely available at Heat games. And I was sort of tinkering with it, not betting. I understand I got to be professional. And it was interesting because there was one proposition on the cover on the front screen was It was like plus 230, a Heat victory, and Jimmy Butler 25 points,
25.
both
No
of which
way.
I thought were locks, and neither was a lock, which
Yeah,
shows that they know more than I do. But it's just crazy, that honestly, I mean, think about this. The Heat could be down 20 points in the fourth quarter, and you could still have juice in the game because all of a sudden you're getting 18. So it's all of a sudden, it's like it's a whole new world. I asked the Heat if they would comment on it. They're not addressing it. They're in an
No.
awkward position. They have no stake in that right now. I'm sure they'll try to work a maneuver. Remember, Adam Silver wanted to get a 1% cut of all of this, and the sports books and the app said, yeah, I don't think so. And they just went ahead on their own. They got state approval, but it really is a whole new world that you could be at the worst game ever, of which last night might have qualified, and you
Yes.
still can have a skin in the game to the absolute last play. As you know, Duncan Robinson, late three, got his cover on his threes and all of that. So, yeah, it's not quite as long term as your Bitcoin and other crypto investments.
Right.
But if you want to live in the moment, it really is an interesting thing to do. So I hope all the parents educate their young children at the game so the kids can have some skin in the game also.
Last night I took the Sixers minus 4.5. I took Duncan Robinson over 10.5. When I knew that LeBron was out, it was Russ over 22.5. And I said,
Sure.
well, he's got the ball in his hands. He's going to score a bunch. And I got that. And then my man Christian Wood is the only one that let me down. He scored 17. I had him over 19.5. I thought, and he was rolling. He had 12 at halftime. So I was like, all right, I'm on pace to maybe win all four of these things.
The worst
I'm 3 and
part
1.
of all
I'll
of
take
it,
3 and 1.
and the worst part of all of this is, I usually get these texts and emails by deeply concerned fans asking, oh, is Jimmy going to play? Is Kyle going to be around? Because they care so much about the player's individual health. And man, it's going to get worse than ever because everyone wants to know that injury report. Everyone has a stake in there. It completely changes lines. Look, the books are going to be ahead of everyone. They have to be. That's how they make a living. But you know what? A lot of this stuff is in the moment. If the Heat come out today and say, I don't think they will, but that Kyle Lowry's day-to-day, believe me, every hour tomorrow, how's Kyle doing? I'm deeply concerned. I mean, the stuff I get, hi, I'm a relative of Kyle and I want to go see him play tonight. Do you think, like, hey, stop it. Just be honest about it. Just say, hey, I want to know if I should take the Heat and give the points against the Jazz tonight. At least be honest with me. Man, it's a whole new world with all these apps.
And my brother, that one injury changes the complexion of everything with the Miami Heat because
and you know what? Yeah,
they're a different offense.
And again, people will understand, and I hope they're coming back regularly twice a week here in our Accurate Pembroke Pines report. Twice with Accurate Pembroke Pines, once with our Palo Rock City people. And I think it's important because we don't change our storyline. We stay consistent. And you know this. From the preseason to the start of the season, Ira Winderman and Orlando Alzagari have been talking about the need for a true backup veteran point guard.
That's all you, baby. That's all you. That's all you.
I think you agree strongly.
Yeah,
and
I totally agree with you, but I got to give you the love because you're the one.
Here we are all over again. God bless Gabe Vincent, young player, shooter, learning how to play point guard on the NBA level. But if Kyle's going to be out 1, 2, 3, 5, 8 games, you need something more because everything changes. All the stories about the Heat that were written when they were 6-1 was how different the offense is when Kyle's on the court versus when Kyle's off the court. Well, if it's just going to be Kyle off the court, all of a sudden Jimmy Butler's handling more. All of a sudden Tyler Hero can be the second string point guard and isn't looking for his offense as much. All of a sudden Bam Adebayo is operating the offense from the elbow, and we're back to last season's Heat offense. I'm not saying you need the greatest point guard in the world. I'm saying you need someone, maybe a Jeff Teague or someone like that, who at least can get you into offense. I mean, all of a sudden, something as simple and he's not available as an Ish Smith would make a difference on this team.
He's a solid pro, man.
Yeah, he's been everywhere he went. So again, that's where we are. No, I don't have an update right now as we tape this right now. I think it'll come later in the day. Eric Spoelstra downplayed it. If people didn't see it, basically Duncan Robinson made a failed attempt to try to draw a charge on Jaylen Brown, fell backwards, landed on Kyle Lowry. At no point when Kyle Lowry limped off the court did he put any pressure on that ankle. He literally bunny hopped off the court and right into the locker room, which is never a good sign. Because usually if it's a mild sprain or something, you try to put a little pressure on it.
Try to walk it off.
You try to run over, maybe get it iced up in a hurry so you can take care of it so it's not a problem. So I would expect missed time. And Orlando, let's look at the upcoming schedule.
Oh.
Saturday at FTX Arena against the Jazz. Monday in Denver against the Nuggets. Wednesday against, we don't know if LeBron's playing, they're still the Lakers national TV. Thursday, Paul George and the Clippers. And then a week from Saturday, a week from tomorrow, a game against the Jazz, this time in Utah. It's a brutal schedule. Matter of fact, if you were to tell me the Heat are not going to have Kyle Lowry, even I think on Saturday, the Heat would be an underdog in every one of those games, which shows you how fast that 6-1 can go to something completely different.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Although Odell Beckham is being released. Does he play point guard? I'm just wondering.
No, but I know the Dolphins are second on the waiver wire, so I think in the final hours of your show today, you'll have plenty of chatter on that as well.
And he's an injured receiver. So, I mean, we collect them like, I used to collect.
He fit in perfectly. Devontae Parker can give him the full tour of the training room and the rehab facilities, so we'll know exactly where to be at all times.
Yeah. Hey, no, Will Fuller will show him what he does. Devontae Parker will show him what he does. Albert Wilson will show him what he does.
I mean, with
Williams. I mean,
Fuller will show him how to collect a salary and actually not play a game. Yes, so he can learn that also.
Yeah, man. Wow. We'll just call them we should call them the MASH unit. That's probably what that receiving core should be called, because that's exactly what they are. They are the MASH unit. All right, so Heat last night, we get the Lowry ankle twist. The good thing is, by the way, I know it's bad that Duncan ran into Lowry, but we're now starting to see Duncan getting out of that funk finally. That's
but 17 attempts. Yes, he made 5, but they came on 17 three-point attempts. That tied Wayne Ellington's team record. So teams are letting him shoot to a degree. They're picking their poison. Duncan is not their poison right now. Has to be more in lockstep. What happened is Boston really shut down the Heat's interior passing. They packed the paint. They switched on everything. It's like Eric Spoelstra said. You start a season and there's no real scouting report. Teams are new. The Heat out PJ Tucker, Kyle Lowry, Markieff Morris, they're a different team. Now we're about 2 weeks in. Now opponents know what this Heat team does, which is so different than last season's Heat team. Now they have a scouting report. Now you have to adjust to the adjustments. Look, Eric Spoelstra is a fantastic coach. He adjusts as well as anyone. He will, but we're at that point right now. It's interesting. What worked well in week 1 and 2 of the NBA, all of a sudden in week 3 and 4 might have to change as soon as now. We're only 10% into the 82-game schedule. They're done with 8, but the scouting in this league, they don't miss anything.
No, I'm with you there. And tomorrow the challenge is a bitch, because you're talking about a team that also plays defense. So that's
record in the league. After the Heat lost, the Jazz have the best record. The good thing is, well, not good for Utah, is Donovan Mitchell missed last night's victory with an ankle sprain of his own. So tomorrow will be a real injury report, day. So again, everyone loves following the Big O on Twitter. So go to him for your ankle injury updates tomorrow, because I know that Big O is deeply concerned about the health of Kyle Lowry and Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure the line's going to be off the board until we find out something about those injuries.
Yeah, but I know how you operate. So you'll be considering, you see, Gabe Vincent 2.5 3-pointers. Should I take the over? So there still be something in play for you.
What do you think happens if the NBA had an Aaron Rodgers situation?
The NBA,
or is it impossible to do it actually in the NBA?
It would be, but the NBA is a lot like the NFL. They cater to their stars. They find workarounds for their stars. You know this, the star players lives in a completely different world in the NBA. And even remember what's going on in Brooklyn. That's a governmental thing. That the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie vaccinated, non-vaccinated, Kyrie skipping 2 weeks, not skipping 2 weeks. They've always welcomed him back. I mean, look at some of the stuff Kyrie has done over the last 2-3 years. I'm going to take 2 weeks off. I'm going to go to a party without a mask. I'm going to talk about vaccinations. I'm going to talk about flat earth. I'm going to talk about anything, and I'm never going to show up for the playoffs. And they still embrace him. If you're a star, you can basically get away with whatever you want in the NBA. You can get away with what you want in the NFL. Let's be honest, pretty much get away with whatever you want in life in general. There's a different class of people who can pull that off.
All right, so a couple of years ago, the league and this commissioner had to deal with an ugly situation with the Clippers owner. Are we headed for another ugly situation in Phoenix with Robert Sarver? I mean, this is a guy that he's already had a terrible reputation
Yes.
as an owner, and now all of this stuff comes out. And when I'm trying to, what's the name of the coach that talked about
Earl Watson. Earl Watson, the
Watson.
former coach, now an assistant in
Yeah, when
Toronto.
Watson, yeah, and I know Sarver denied it, but I'm sorry, I'm going. To me, Sarver has no credibility in all of this. I'm leaning to Watson on this.
Yeah, but
This is disturbing, dude.
here's the difference between this and Donald Sterling. There's no audio evidence, there's no video evidence. Oh, let's talk about what we know about how these scandals work and how these cases work. In the NFL, if there's a wife beating or domestic violence, it's talked about, but no one knows for sure. But then when the video of Ray Rice in the elevator comes out, he's done. Donald Sterling was a pig of a human being all along. We know about his real estate and some other things also. But until that audio tape was released, you could only do so much. That's the difference here. This is he said, she said, what people think was said, but there's no dramatic evidence. There's no audio that we know of yet. There's no video that we know of yet. If that surfaces, how these things grow.
Sure.
But to me, that's the difference between forcing a Donald Sterling to divest his ownership of the Clippers and Steve Ballmer stepping in versus this situation. This is just conjecture at this point. You can deny anything without
It's a lot. It's a lot of people, Ira.
It's a lot of people off the record. Now maybe of the 70 people mentioned this story, I think only 12 or a smaller number, a small percentage, actually put their name to it. But unless you have the audio and the video, that's how it works. Oh, you know this. Something goes on YouTube. We saw what happened in Minneapolis with the situation there. Once you have the video, everything changes. But there's been plenty of other documented cases where people don't have the video and it never becomes the same story, unfortunately, because you don't have that video proof. So I think this is going to be different than Donald Sterling. The NBA cannot force him to step away unless they come up with some dramatic, see for yourself type of evidence. That's why I always look back at Ray Rice as being completely different from so much of this other domestic cases, even what's going on with Deshaun Watson and all that kind of stuff. Yes, these are what people are saying. Now, I don't want to see, in that case, the graphic evidence. Please keep it to yourself. But if someone did, if there was a recording or something, that's a game changer. Right now in Phoenix, we don't have the game changer. It's who we are. If we see it with our own eyes, if we hear it with our own ears, it's a lot easier for us to trust it. If people are just talking, hey, the way there's such mistrust in society in general right now, there's always going to be people who have their doubts.
So as a Dolphins fan, I can have sympathy, and I can have sympathy for a Suns fan, because a Suns fan has done a lot of suffering and really has never been able to even enjoy a championship. And so right now they've got something good going. They've got a nice little team going.
Sure.
But okay, so if you can't force Sarver to sell, but deep down inside, it's kind of like we all know what he really is and what he's all about. Can this now lead to something that pollutes what they're doing now on the court, and that maybe people don't want to be a part of this organization because of Robert Sarver leading the way and knowing the kind of person that he probably really is, even though there is no physical evidence?
I'm going to give you a local contrast to that and how I think talent trumps all. The Florida Panthers were on a great run and then lost their coach in a very toxic situation. And the Florida Panthers kept on winning, and their only loss was an overtime loss. If you have quality of players, quality of talent, quality of coaching, you survive this. The Panthers are story 1A when it comes to that. I almost forgot that.
But you're not attacking human beings there, and you have eliminated the person.
Yes. And I'm saying you can't. And you know what? And we've seen this in baseball. Remember all those times George Steinbrenner was asked to step aside, wasn't involved with the team, whether it was the illegal campaign contributions or other things. What I think can happen in this situation is Adam Silver can ask Robert Sarver, please step away from the day-to-day while we handle this. Maybe they come out with some sort of suspension, which I thought the NHL might do with Coach Q and go in that direction. So I think they could be smart enough to handle the situation, let the temperature come down, saying there was a punishment in place. I mean, George Steinbrenner kept going away and coming back and going away and coming back. And baseball, survived, and the Yankees certainly survived. So I think that's what happens in this situation. I think right now at the moment, Robert Sarver needs to be out of sight, out of mind. Eventually, a report will come out. They'll say what he did. There'll be some sort of penalty or not. And then you go forward once it's sort of handled that way, because there isn't the audio, there isn't the video, there aren't photographs. So it is a little bit different.
By the way, I got a better example for you to defend your point. Mark Schott, 90 World Series. Reds shut down the great A's for nothing, and Marge Schott was the owner, and everybody knew what she was for a long time.
But there was also evidence there. There was photographic evidence of in her residence the swastikas and the Nazi memorabilia. So
yeah,
again,
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But the talent overcoming all that, what you were saying,
exactly.
The Reds went out and shocked the world and beat the A's, and meanwhile you have the most racist owner in baseball as your boss. So you're right about that. It's
quality. That exactly. Talent tends to trump all in sports.
Yeah. I mean, to a lesser extent, because we don't know him to be that kind of a hateful person, but he is a miserable person. We had Jeffrey Loria here, and they still won a World Series. So it's not like Jeffrey Loria is the best person in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but let's be honest. Bad businessman is one thing. Bad human being is a different thing. So you have to look at it that way. There's plenty of bad business people. There's plenty of people out for themselves. The sports is loaded with profiteers. You know, we've seen that over the years. You can wind up with one of those at any time, where a guy's just trying to get his stake and get out because there is money to be made. So to me, that's a completely different plane also.
By the way, the Heat's original owners.
No, the Heat's original owners. You know what? Oh,
money to be made.
Yeah, but you know, I don't want to go long in the segment, but people get that wrong also. That was not a big money ownership group. So they had to live within their means. Basically, Ted Harrison said, here's some. Where the difference is Mickey Harrison said, here's all. So Louis Chaffel and Billy Cunningham really had to watch every penny. Every dollar did matter. They had to be careful with their offer sheets. They were a limited funded team. That's the difference. You get into a situation like that. I think the Panthers were like that for years.
Oh, Viner.
With their 75 owners after Wayne Huizenga, where every dollar mattered, where, oh my God, is there going to be a cash call? We might not have the money for it. What you want is deep pockets. Say what you want about Stephen Ross. He could afford it. He spends it. Maybe doesn't spend it wisely, but he spends it. Mickey Harrison, the same thing. We're seeing that from the Panthers ownership. And now we have to see it from the Marlins ownership, because it is a tough business model for them right now. And we know, while everyone is saying Derek Jeter bought in, he's getting all that back on salary. It's all coming back, his stake on the back end with the nice contract he wrote himself. So we have to see the other part of the equation, because if you don't come with deep pockets, sports is a tough business.
Yeah, that's right. And none of you out there ever judge Kim Eng unless they give her a checkbook. All right, let's make sure we get that straight. Leave that woman alone until she gets a checkbook. Then we can measure her with everybody else. So we'll find out. All right, one more thing, Ira. Sure. I need you to help me out here, because I'm trying to take as much Tylenol as possible. It's not helping. I've got this terrible migraine having to deal with Scottie Pippen whining all the time. Help me, Ira. Help me. Can he just shut up and go away?
You know what? Being a famous number two can be one of the hardest things in life. I mean, we've seen it in your radio business with Mike and the Mad Dog, and whoever's number two doesn't feel the same. Or you can accept it. And we've seen plenty of co-hosts on late night TV, my age going back to Ed McMahon and people like that, who just accept. He's the star. I'm the second guy. Kids look that up on Wikipedia. And I think Scottie Pippen never wrapped his head around it. Being the second best player in an era of greatness puts you ahead of everyone but one. And no matter what Scottie Pippen did or says or anything, he was going to be number two to Michael. You could embrace that, and you could go plenty far also, like the number two pitcher in a great baseball rotation. You're still a great player on his own. Scottie Pippen never was able to wrap his head around that he was number two then. He is viewed as number two now. He will always be viewed as number two. But the second best player on one of the greatest dynasties in all time, I mean, it's not like saying, oh, well, Bob Cousy's no one because he had Bill Russell. No, it's Bob Cousy. Or all those great Celtics players and all these dynastic players. And you could talk about all the championship football teams and their great quarterbacks. But people recognize the other great players as well. I think Scotty should enjoy his place of where he is instead of this bitterness because it's not changing. He's not coming back to play. The record books aren't being rewritten, and MJ is an MJ. No one's saying greatest play ever, LeBron or Scottie Pippen. No one's saying that. They're comparing it to Michael. Accept who you are. You know what? Or even cast yourself this way. The most versatile player on an NBA dynasty. Hey, that's what he was. There's some good to come out of it. But man, I know you want to sell books, but it always seems like Scottie Pippen still is looking for the next dollar. Could the money really have gone away that quickly?
Well, did you see that wife that is all over the place?
I stay away from NBA wives for a very good reason.
I'm sure she's wasted a lot of money of his. She was flying Future on his private jet so she can, have fun with Future while behind Pippen's back. So, meanwhile, that's Pippen's plane, that's Pippen's fuel, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Pippen ain't easy, but you go ahead.
I almost feel like he also has felt the wrath of all of us over the years for the migraine thing, for the what's it called, the contract thing.
Sure.
There was one more incident that he's
the Tony Kukoc taking the last shot instead, him not being on the court in that situation.
Exactly.
And everyone has those moments, but you don't harp on them. You move past them. I'm sure there are times Dwayne Wade wanted the last shot.
But he hasn't.
He hasn't. But maybe that's what his whole story is about. His whole story is trying to keep selling that he's the guy that's been sold short. So what? It's getting kind of tiresome. I've moved on.
Yeah, no, so have I. I mean, and I still, it's like, dude, shut up. You're a great player. Relax already, bro. Give me a break. There aren't a lot of players better than you. Just shut up.
It's not like he was left off the NBA 75th anniversary team. He's not like it's Vince Carter saying, "Hey, look at me, I belonged on there instead," or Alex English or someone like that. He's gotten the credit. He's probably gotten the credit, but from maybe only 25 players have gotten more credit than him. That's pretty good.
Damn right. And Alex English, by the way, had a sweet jumper, man.
Yeah, I think he deserved to be on that 75th anniversary team, but again, his teams didn't win as much.
Yeah, smooth as syrup, man. I loved watching that guy play. Follow him on Twitter at Ira Heatbeat. More importantly, catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel and subscribe. Support all of our local journalists. And, of course, you can catch him here 3 times a week all year long. Not just Heat season, but Heat off season, too. Ira, thank you, my brother. Have a fantastic weekend. We will talk again on Tuesday.
Going to go pick my numbers from Miami mashup jersey right now and then go from there. Thank you, Big O.
You got it, baby. There you go. I want a number 3 mashup jersey. I got to get me a Dwayne Wade one. Big O Coach Flo has earned his own horrible distinction. He's in a class by himself. No more Camilo. Sounds good. No more Camilo. I don't know what that means, my man. Or you mean no more Cam Flo? I saw Omar Kelly tweet out, it appears the Dolphins might consider claiming Odell Beckham Jr. to address the wide receiver position. He put out a video of Flo. Let me pull it up for you guys so you can check it out here. Let's see. Here it is. Here's Omar Kelly. And let's bring the coach on here. Let's see. Here we go. I'll give you guys a little look-see at what the coach was saying about Odell Beckham.
I do, yes, I do. I mean, we check it every day. We look at it, we go through it. And yeah, I expect due diligence on any player that's on the wire. And we'll always try to do what we feel is best for the organization, for the team and the organization. I think we've said that time and time again. Yeah, I expect due diligence.
Hear it again.
I do, yes, I do. I mean, we check the waiver wire every day. We look at it, we go through it, and yeah, I expect due diligence on any player that's on the wire. And we'll always try to do what we feel is best for the organization, for the team and the organization. I think we've said that time and time again. yeah, I expect due diligence.
You wonder if he's saying this because he wants to keep it, pretty much uniform, and he'll say that about everybody. You know what I mean? There was some pause, and obviously his infamous ums, because there's tons of ums in his press conferences all over the place. So I would imagine that he's probably answering it in a general sense because that's the way he wants to do things. But will they even try to bring him on? I mean, this place is a mess. You're going to bring on a guy that can never really put it together mentally, a guy that is always having an issue. I don't know. I would question all of that. I know some of you out there, you're so enamored with the talent and all of that. But I mean, the kid it seems like he never really gets it. You know what I mean? It seems like Odell really will never be a professional or something. I don't know. I don't know if he needs to learn a really hard lesson in order to be that professional, but I never see it. You know what I'm saying? SoFlaw Don says didn't hear a word. It was kind of low. You will have to raise it up. It's probably what it is. But it was going on. Devontae Parker listed as doubtful. Omar just tweeted it. Can't stand Devontae Parker and Xavier Howard. I mean, the Devontae Parker thing, it's over already. It's done. That's it. You gotta get rid of all these kind of guys. Done already, man. If you can't be on the field, you can't be on the team anymore. That's all. And that's a guy that just can't be on the field ever. He can never figure it out. It's effed up. By the way, in hour number 2, Manny Navarro is going to join us at 11:30 to preview a little Canes and Georgia Tech. So we'll talk to him. We'll take also your comments on the text line. Don't forget to smash the like button. It's very important to smash the like button. Remember, Sunday, Sports Grill in Miami now. We're no longer at Miami Lakes anymore. We are now moving over to Miami on Bird Road and 114th, right off of the Turnpike. Many of you have been sending me messages about coming out, that you were looking forward to us going to the Bird Road one. So please come on out. Let's watch some Dolphins and Texans. And who knows, we might end up walking away with a victory now and feeling good. It would be nice, right? Just a little win. Damn, dude. A couple victories would be nice. Big O Nervous Network just announced its mainnet beta launch of God Woken blockchain's protocol. I'm telling you, man, I'm just, I just try to pass along the information. I tell you what I'm doing, and then you guys can make your own decisions, do your own homework, and you can go along for the ride or you can go in another direction. Either way. But I like Nervous Network, and I like getting in on these kind of deals that are really cheap and really low, because then they can grow and be very fruitful. You can make more money on small market caps than you can on Bitcoin. Because you got to think about it. If you put $100 in Bitcoin at 62,000, it becomes $200 at 124,000. But if you put $100 on something that's 2 cents and it gets to 4 cents, you got the same $200. And so something that's 2 cents may have a lot easier chance to get to 10 cents, which is 5 times, than Bitcoin. To wait for Bitcoin to get 5 times to where it's at now, you do the math. That's a lot of money. That's going to take several years, whereas this could take a few months. That's how you got to look at it. Bitcoin is the one you invest long term and you leave it there like a savings account. That's how you do it. Oh, my wife beat me to it. Damn it. My wife just sent me a happy anniversary. It's not our wedding anniversary. It's our boyfriend-girlfriend anniversary today, because today we met 34 years ago. So there you go. So she got me with that one right now. She just sent me that. I just saw it. Let's see. Chris Adams says, if we lose Sunday against the Texans, and Chris, thank you for the super chat. If we lose this Sunday against the Texans, will that be the nail in the organization's coffin? Because I hope heads roll. It's time to start chopping. Chris, I don't know, man. I have no idea. I don't know. I think there's a chance everybody survives. I do. I think it's got to get like way uglier. Believe it or not. Tyrod Taylor is playing. Sorry, Big O, but I'm hoping for a loss. I want Flores out of here this year. We can't move forward with this guy at the helm. Go Taylor. Yeah, Luigi, you and I are completely different Dolphins fans. I can never sit there and root for the Dolphins to lose. It's not in my DNA, dude. Can't do that. I can't. No. I want the O-line to play well. I want Jalen Phillips to start figuring it out. I want to see Javon Holland continue to grow. I want Tua to play well. I want Jalen Waddle to have a terrific game. I'm sorry, dude. I think it's way more important that Eichenberg starts to play well and build the confidence. That's what I want for the next 9 games. Luigi, you and I are completely different fans, bro. I can't do that. I don't want these guys to take steps back. I want them to play well, and I want them to get better. I want to feel better about the team next year. With or without Flores, with or without Greer, with or without Ross, with or without Parcells, with or without Saban, with or without Jimmy, with or without Gase. It doesn't matter who's there, man. I'm not sitting there and I want Chris Chambers to lose. And I want Ronnie Brown to lose, because I've had a lot of bad seasons with a lot of terrific players. And no, I'm not sitting there going, oh, I hope Rob Conrad misses the block. No, dude. No. It's not what I'm about. I would never want to. That to me, then you really don't care about the team. You really don't want them to get better, because it doesn't make you better by everybody being terrible. If the Dolphins are ever going to get forward, well, then we need, all these young kids, Brandon Jones, whatever, all these young kids to start playing better. And I know yesterday, Landon Roberts, went, he goes, hey, the team is getting better. The average fan wouldn't understand that because they're just looking at the game. They don't really know what they're looking at. And, I can slam him for that comment because I know what I'm looking at, but because I'm looking at a really bad team. But I'm not going to sit there and want them to lose, because that doesn't help us as fans. What helps us as fans, believe it or not, is that Nick Needham improves and gets even better than he has already. What helps us is that Robert Hunt figures it out and becomes a really good player for us. That's what helps us out, dude. So I just, there's a part of me that there's no way I could ever do that. That's not, no. It just doesn't. Ricardo Joseph, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. Appreciate you. Chris L says, don't see the issue of getting OBJ. Get whatever you can out of him, and if it doesn't work, cut him. No biggie. No, but I would imagine that if there's waivers, that means you're inheriting the salary. That's the thing. Now, the good thing is you didn't give him the signing bonus. So to a certain extent, you're right. You're going to have to absorb whatever salary that he has, and then you'll let him go if it doesn't work out. Drago says, I want everybody to survive. I want to see them with a healthy roster, 2 years of coaching. Good coaching isn't luck. Tombstone says we can still win out. It starts this Sunday. It might not be a little realistic, but I love your enthusiasm on that one. Ken Sean says, Big O, good morning. Coach of the Year candidate. I think Flores is a good coach. I believe Tua must show, despite the offensive line, despite the wideouts, he can control the game and earn a captain. You mean like Pat Mahomes did in the Super Bowl, sir? I'm just wondering. How'd that work, Ken Sean? How'd it work in the Super Bowl for Pat Mahomes with no line? And that's Pat Mahomes with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Just saying. You want him to play well. These are the things that I love about fans. You want him to play well in spite of the offensive line. Yet, even the best quarterback in the world can't overcome a bad offensive line. But Tua's supposed to do it. That's why earlier in the week, I got all the stats every week against the Bills this year because I knew the same BS was going to come out. Well, no, he's got to play well against good teams. See, he didn't play well against the Bills. And then when I read you that the entire season nobody plays well against the Bills, then what do you got to say? Not even Mahomes plays well against the Bills. But Tua's supposed to play well against the Bills without an offensive line. I mean, I find that hilarious. Mahomes almost ended up in a hospital in the Super Bowl. But they're supposed to overcome an offensive line because you say so. Not because the reality is when you have a bad offensive line, nobody survives. Not even Pat Mahomes. But no, Tua's special. He must have a force field. He must be a Martian. He must have, I don't know, maybe Jedi mind tricks. You will not rush me. You will not hit me. You will run past me. You will trip. You will not get past sorry-ass Jesse Davis. No, no, no. You will run towards the sideline, not towards the quarterback. Okay. I mean, I absolutely love that. That Tua's supposed to do the thing that established quarterbacks can't do. Established teams can't do. A Super Bowl team can't do. It is, it's awesome. It really is awesome. It's as impressive as it gets. Let me see something here. I want to show you guys something, and let me see. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find something here. All right, let me run this past you guys here, so that way we kind of we get clarity in all of this, because it's important to have the clarity. You know what I'm saying? We should have some clarity in all of this. No line. Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes, 26 of 49, 270 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks, several hits, a 52 quarterback rating. That's Pat Mahomes. But Pat Mahomes supposed to, overcome no line. I mean, so is Tua. Daniel Grafton, thank you, sir. Buy or wait to buy for Crow? No, you got to wait, bro. You got to wait. I mean, you can buy if you want, man. I mean, I'm not, it's your money. You guys do whatever you want with your money. I'm telling you what I would do. At this point, you don't buy ever anything parabolic. I think I've repeated that over and over for all of you out there. Never, ever, ever buy anything parabolic. So wait for a consolidation. Okay. Wait for it to come back down and find another floor. And when it finds a floor again, then you go ahead and do it. Then you can make your move. But I'm telling you, you got to be a little bit more patient. Right now, crypto.com is up 38.44%. It's up to almost 40 cents. It's at 39.39 actually. So it is now on its way to 40 cents. It already hit 42 cents and it went down to 39. It is right now on the kind of parabolic move that I'm just telling you it's gonna come back down. So if you buy it now, then you're gonna have to hold on to the coin and wait. Just wait. Hang in there. Shiba, by the way, is up to almost 18%. It's back up to 58. So if any of you bought the dip because you needed some more Shiba, you are back in the money. So you're good. Dogelon Mars, which I took a ride yesterday, is up now 83.88%. Folks, I didn't tweet it out because this is a meme coin, and I just had a feeling that it was going to explode, and I'm just going to pump and dump this thing, to be honest with you. I'm not looking at this like I'm looking at Shiba. Shiba, I think, can actually grow a little bit more before you start dumping. This, I'm just going to try to double or triple my money and get the hell out right away. So that's all I'm doing. And please don't get in on a coin that's gone up to 83%. That is not a responsible thing to do. Nervous Network, for those of you that got in on it with me, it's up to 21.20 now. I talked about it when it was at 19, so now it's up to 21.20. So there you go. So you are enjoying a little profits there. And VeChain is about to hit 16 cents. It's at 15.91. It went all the way to 16.5 already today. So we'll see if it starts to go. Now that isn't record highs yet. Okay, it's VeChain got into the 20s. I believe 24 is the record high. So it still has a ways to go to its record high, and it'll get to its record high, and it's going to surpass it. You know, I think VeChain can go on a run to $1 within the next couple of months. I really do, but we'll see. We shall see. At least 75 cents, at least, but we'll see. Should be in a few months. Let's see. What else do we have here on the chat board? Big O, I wanted Tristan Wirfs at 12 or 11 and trade the 26 pick and a mid-rounder past the draft to get him. I wanted Ruiz with our 40th pick instead of Karros. I wanted Panay at number 3 instead of Rondell Moore. Oh, you wanted Panay at 3 and Rondell Moore. Okay. Well, then you should be the GM. Maybe the players don't suck. It's because they have bad teachers. Well, that's what I'm convinced that this team does not suck. I'm convinced that this talent is way better than it shows because I think the Dolphins have the worst coaching staff in the NFL, and this is the worst coaching staff in the history of the Miami Dolphins. The worst. This coaching staff is a joke. On the crypto side, are you saving your wallet on a hardware device? Yes, I am. On a cold wallet? Yes. Now, remember, it all depends, my brother, because when you stake it on crypto.com, when your money is staked, it's staked on a cold wallet anyways. So, you're fine. But like on crypto.com, they have a cold wallet and everything. So you can save everything on your cold wallet and protect it from hackers and everything else. So yes, sir. I suggest you do that if you have it. Okay. I like crypto.com. It has everything, many ways to make money, has a great selection of coins. They have excellent customer service. Every time I've needed something, I get on the chat board and they answer right away. By the way, props to OKCoin. Yesterday, one of our listeners was complaining something about OKCoin, and OKCoin saw the interaction and they got in on it and said, "Hey, is there something we can help you with?" And in the end, it was really more the listeners' fault than OK Coin. And but OK Coin's customer service was keeping a track of us talking about it. You know what I mean? And I was impressed with that. That was really, really cool because I've used OK Coin now for Miami Coin and for Star Atlas. And I tweeted that out yesterday. I like Star Atlas, which, by the way, Star Atlas started to go up a little bit today. And Star Atlas is a long-term hold, and it's really cheap right now. It's like, 14 cents or something like that. So I got a couple of coins there on OK Coin, especially Miami Coin. I have it staked. I have it staked a couple of times actually now, Miami Coin. So I've used it, and it's super user-friendly, easy to use. And now this is the first time that I've seen customer service, and impressed. It's good. It's good. I like it. Everyone stop with knocks on Tua. Tell me, what does Rodgers, Brady, Prescott, and others have got the have got Dolphins don't answer is a good line in a run game along with a defense. Amen. Amen, Charles. Amen. Yes, T-Bone, OBJ is getting released today. Yes. Yes. And I know the Dolphin Nation, some of you you guys want every player that's ever released, every player that's up for trades. So I'm sure there's a portion of you that want OBJ. Darren Lee says, OK Coin would not reach out to people like that. That is someone trying to scam you. Never talk to anyone. Darren Lee, it came straight from OK Coin. What are you talking about, dude? It's on Twitter. You can't hide that. What is wrong with you, bro? Go to my Twitter page. You'll see it. And by the way, I had a conversation with OK Coin behind on DM actually after that. After that exchange, then they reached out to me on DM, and we talked, and it's OK Coin's DM account. It's their Twitter. You can't hide that, Darren. And yes, they would. When I guess you're not a Twitter guy. I guess you don't know anything about social media. But when you're talking back and forth and you're using the @ of somebody, the @ at OK Coin, they're going to see the conversations. So kudos to the people that are running OK Coin in their social media that they saw that and they attacked it right away and tried to solve the issue. That was very responsible. Clearly, you're either nothing about social media by saying that. Like, nothing about Twitter. And if you don't know anything about Twitter, my man, then I don't do Twitter much. Exactly. So don't, Darren, if you don't know something, just say I don't know something. Don't comment because it's not going to make, it makes no sense. You can't hide it on Twitter. There's no finagling that stuff on Twitter. Tua sucks so bad, he brought the defense from a top 10 D down to a bottom 5. Stop trucking. There you go. That's right. It's Tua's fault that the defense is terrible. That's it. He's right about that. Tua is to blame for the rain today. I don't know if you guys know this. And those of you that live, out on the coast and some of the flooding comes in when there's some rain going on because, of course, rising tides, it's all Tua's fault. Seriously. Volcano going on right now in the Canary Islands, Tua's fault. Yeah. Even the volcano expected a good season from the Dolphins, and now the volcano's pissed at Tua. Yeah. That guy's on to something. It's all Tua's fault. Flo forgot to coach, Tua's fault. Flo says a lot in press conferences, Tua's fault. Yeah. Austin Jackson, every penalty, Tua's fault. Yeah. Injuries to Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, all these guys, Tua's fault. OBJ getting released from Cleveland, Tua's fault. Telling you, Robert Sarver is a disgusting human being, Tua's fault. I tell you, Tua's really a screw up. He has just messed everything up in our society. Yeah. That Tua boy, he really knows how to start some shit. Tony says Kurt Warner just posted a new video of Tua on showing how he did some really good things. I hope things work out with Tua and the Dolphins. Yep, I talked about that video last week, Tony, and really good video. Go check it out. He pointed out how the kid is improving. So I'm with you there. Sal Argo says, beware, people, these coins like penny stocks. You know how I translated that the Browns release? Let me translate Sal Agro's comments. Beware, people. I don't know jack shit about crypto. I've never been involved in crypto. I don't invest in crypto. I don't really actually do my homework in crypto, but I'm going to tell you they're like penny stocks. There you go. That's the translation from Sal Agro, who wouldn't know crypto if 4 billion coins landed on his ass. I always love the people that don't know about something, but yet they want to actually comment about it, and they know nothing about it. You know what I mean? Where's our boy Tremolio? I haven't seen him in a while, because there was nobody better at bad crypto advice than Tremolio, because he had like Bitcoin going down to 19,000, which I was hoping, believe it or not, I was hoping when it was like at 38 or 40, he was like, no, it's going back down to 19 and it's this, that. And I'm like, no, it's not, dude. But he doesn't follow crypto either. He doesn't know jack about crypto, but it's fun. It's fun. I love having fun with those of you that don't know jack shit about crypto, but you want to talk about it like you know something. It's fucking awesome, dude. You guys are awesome. It really is. It is fantastic. Big O, when you buy Miami coin on OK Coin, is it also stacked? Yeah, you can stake it. Yes, you can stake it. Yes, sir. Stake it, and right now you get 280%. It was 430. Now you get 280. They lowered it. That's why I tell you, and lock it in for the 6 months. Don't lock it in for 15 days only, because 15 days later they might lower the rate again. So lock it into the 280 so you get the 280 all the way through. The reason Miami did not make that trade for Watson, Tua's fault. That is very true, Darren. That is very true. There was something about, like, I'm not sure, you know what I mean? But there was word that Tua had sabotaged that trade. Yep. It's funny how CamFlow gets made after the train wreck, but not during the train wreck. I'm watching Matt Ryan drive downfield to get a field goal arranged. Huh? Big O, if you have time on the Atlanta airport, look up Poppy's. They have a serve a good Cuban and black beans and rice. No, hold on, man. You want me to eat that and then get on a plane? I hope everybody has a real mask on. Because the N90 ain't going to save your ass. N95 or whatever, they ain't going to save your ass if I'm going to have some black beans and get on a plane. Big O, you said you didn't like all the previous coaches, but you believe in this coaching staff and front office. What happened? 1-7 decisions. Look at what happened. You know, by the way, I'm not down on the front office. I'm only down on the coaching staff. I believe the coaching staff has messed. Like, some guy goes today, he sends me a tweet and he goes, why the hell did we draft Hunter Long? Why did we draft a tight end to be behind 4 tight ends? Then I send them back, hey, who went to Boston College? And then I just left it like that. So, you know, I think the one mistake that I will say that Grier made is probably giving Flo way too much power. And that's going to probably end up hurting everybody, hurting Chris Grier too in the process. But I really believe in the end, and listen, again, I'll mention it over and over again. Those of you that don't like Grier, not one, I've never said you're wrong. I get it if you want Ross to sell a team. I get it if you don't like Chris Greer. I get it if you don't like Flo. I get it if you don't want to like Tua. That's fine. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. It is America, man. You are entitled to your own opinion. So that's fine. But I don't tell you you're wrong because it's a disaster. And you can blame plenty of people for this. You can blame them all. You want to blame one, whatever. But in my book, in my eyes, there's no bigger F up this year than Flo. That's just me. But that's the beauty of sports, man. Come on. That's the way we see things. Beans on a Plane, new movie. Harley says, Big O, I know nothing about crypto, but watching you, I want to learn where I can go to learn. You want to learn? I mentioned this yesterday. Go see a guy named George. He's an Asian guy, and it's Cryptos R Us, and it's the R as in the letter R, not A-R-E. CryptosRUs.com is the website. You can also find it on YouTube, and he does 2 videos every day. He is the most level-headed person talking about crypto. There's a lot of people that talk crypto, and they're full of crap, and they're sellouts, and they're trying to sell coins, and they're trying to just push their own bags, and there's a lot of drama and all that kind of stuff, and I'm not into that. I like people that are level-headed and kind of just tell you what it is, what's going on, and they're not trying to play the dramatics. There's too many of those kind of people out there. George, Cryptos R Us. Okay? He's extremely smart. Very, very smart, actually. This guy understands everything about blockchains and parachains and NFTs and smart contracts, and he understands what's DeFi and what really isn't decentralized. It might be more centralized, and he may not, and that's not necessarily what we're trying to accomplish with all of this, because there are things where, like, Solana isn't really decentralized. Now it's going to grow like a mother, but it really isn't decentralized. Could be an issue down the line, but I'm just saying, but whatever. So check out George. And he does 2 videos every day, one in the morning, one in the evenings. For me, he is a guy that you can learn crypto from and give you good guidance. Okay? He's super responsible, I think. Let's see. What else do we have here? No one is saying Tua is a top-tier quarterback right now. We believe he can be with time and a better coaching staff. They actually developed the youth around him. I agree. Well, he's definitely not an elite quarterback right now. Big O, please don't make any more excuses for Tua if he plays like trash against the Texans. Okay, sir. But what does that matter, my brother? Because you don't care even if he plays well. Like he did the 2 weeks before. Yeah, he made a couple of bad mistakes, but overall, he did well. And in one game, he brought you back and gave you the lead, and the defense then failed it. So it doesn't matter, my brother. It's all you by spinning it to me and saying, don't make excuses, I can then spin it to you and say, stop hating, because you're still going to shit on the kid no matter what he does. Doesn't matter. He's too short. His arm's not strong enough. He's, whatever. He's bad luck, schlep rock. Everything goes wrong around him. Whatever you want to say. He ruined the Odell Beckham trade. He stopped the Watson trade, whatever. He's created this problem where we're printing trillions of dollars. He's forcing me to take the vaccine. Whatever you want to blame him for. It's all the same crap, man. In the end, if he does play well, you know what ends up happening? Oh, it's the Texans. That's what's going to happen, man. I know this. If I'm doing when I do the post game on Sunday, okay, tired as a mother because I'll be at Metallica and Greta Van Fleet and Cage the Elephant tomorrow night in Atlanta, and I'm flying back in the morning, so I'll be pretty groggy when I get back, but still, whatever. We'll get through it. But if we're doing a post-game show, a happy post-game show, that's what's going to happen. You guys are going to tell me, the haters are going to say, oh, he played. Oh, yeah, but it's Houston. Whatever. He did it against Houston. No big deal. That's what's going to happen. I can already see it. You know what I can also see in my future? Okay. All right. Besides maybe SHIB going to half a cent or Ethereum going up to $15,000 or Bitcoin going over 100 grand in a couple months. No. I also see, speaking of digital gold, how about human gold? That is Manny Navarro, baby. And our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report. That's next.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Caneswear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
All righty, there he is, Manny Navarro. And by the way, Joel, that is on the chat board, I've been talking about Decentraland Mana for about 6-7 months. So yes, I am way in on that. And if you were in on it early, like I was, now you're enjoying the fruits of that thing growing like it has the last couple of days. All right, let's get to it. Manny, have I gotten you into crypto yet? Not yet. I haven't inspired you yet.
Not yet, man. Maybe after the season when I got a little more focus on me and I can spend some time researching. But I will look into it for sure.
Oh, I love it. Anyway, all right, let's have a little fun. And we're having fun now. You're actually covering a fun team now. Kids are enjoying themselves, the winning. Maybe now Manny won't be nearly as uptight. He can start to loosen up a little bit so he doesn't think about his job nearly as much. So it's got to be a better atmosphere right now for you.
Yeah, there's a lot more positivity. I think kids are a little bit more excited about the fact that they've got a chance to play in a bowl game this year. They still have a chance to even win the Coastal Division. So I think there's a lot to look forward to. I mean, had they lost these last two games and they were 2-6, who knows what kind of state we'd be in. But Tyler Van Dyke has emerged, and they've got a real quarterback now, and they've got some guys in the secondary, some freshmen to be excited about at the safety position, guys who were better than the ones that they replaced. And I just think there's some positivity here behind the program. It's not over yet, though, man. Manny Diaz is going to survive, I think, all of this. They got to finish the season strong, man. They can't just kind of be happy and go into the postseason 6-6 or something like that. They got to run the table in my mind here.
No, I'm with you there. And by the way, folks, don't forget to smash the like button there. It helps the algorithm get around. So please help us out there. That is one way you can really support the program. Follow Manny, for those of you listening to the podcast, on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. And of course, catch his work there at The Athletic. And I'm with you there. But I think they know that too, right? I mean, yeah, they know these two games doesn't make their season. Plus, if anything, if you go the other way again, then you just prove that was like, I'll give you an example. I doubt you follow Inter Miami, but Inter Miami was like brutal at the beginning. And then for an 11-game stretch, they like won a bunch of games and all of that. And then they went back to finish the season to what they really were. And so it was just an aberration. And I think their staff doesn't want these two games to be an aberration. I'm sure even the players don't want this to be an aberration, that, okay, wow, we peaked for a moment, but that really wasn't us. This is who we are, what you saw at the beginning of the year. That in itself has got to be some motivation to prove to people that, hey, we're the team that you've watched the last 2 weeks, not the team you watched before that.
Absolutely. And I think the most important thing is that the leaders recognize that, right? Like Tyler Van Dyke the other day after practice said, all we've done is win 2 games, you know?
Right.
And I think when you have your quarterback who's, made four real starts in his career, and he's already thinking that way, that there's much more to achieve. And the guys that are leading the defense are feeling that way as well. Then you got a hungry football team. You don't lose your passion. And look, the teams that they've got down the stretch aren't as good or don't have as good a record as NC State and Pitt, the 2 teams that Miami just beat, but they still got players. And, this Georgia Tech team still has some guys that aren't bad football players. So this isn't going to be like, I know Miami's favorite, I think by 9 points or something like that. I still think it's going to be a good game. I still think it's going to be a fight potentially to the last possession, just because I don't think there's that much separation between, Miami and Georgia Tech and a lot of the teams that are left on the schedule.
No, I'm with you there. What are you walk us through? What is Georgia Tech now? Because I've watched them and they're a much different team than what we were used to for so many years under Paul Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, now they are essentially a spread offense. They got Jeff Sims at quarterback, a kid who is really athletic, a guy who can make throws on the run, who forces the defense to extend. They got Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield, a kid who's one of the better running backs, I think, in the ACC. So they've got legitimate weapons. This is not the old Paul Johnson offense. They've got some receivers as well that can make plays. So, look, Atlanta's loaded with talent year in and year out. It's just like Miami, right? There's always players in the area. They just haven't always gone to Georgia Tech. They've gotten a handful over the years. I think this is a more talented Georgia Tech team. Look, I think they're 3-5. They're not winning a ton of games, but they're in a ton of games. They almost beat Clemson. They've played other teams tough on their schedule. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. And I think they're a pretty well coached team for the most part.
Miami, how are they injury wise going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, nobody key was lost to injury. I think they're trying to take care of Jalen Knighton by giving him some rest during the week, just like NFL teams do with their stars, right? The guys who take a pounding. So Jalen Knighton's been sort of in a red non-contact jersey just out of, to save his body for game day. But other than that, I mean, there really hasn't been anybody else of consequence that's been banged up after last week. I mean, everybody's dealing with bumps and bruises at this point, but nobody, I think, who's going to be held out of this game because of injury.
All right, that's good. That's good to hear at least. The Rooster, how's he feeling? Because he had a nice look last week.
Well, that's what I was just talking about, Jalen Knighton, the Rooster. That's that's the guy who really, if you think about it, he's made a huge difference as well. Obviously, Tyler Van Dyke has played great, but I would say he's number 2 on the reason why this offense is so much better, because he can really find some holes, slip through cracks. And I think he's really, really great in the open field out on the perimeter when they throw him in the passing game. I think that's an added element to this game that defenses, maybe they sit back in coverage, but you got to deal with that running back out of the backfield. And he just gives them that added element, especially with the tight ends not playing great all season, right? It's kind of been an up and down thing with tight ends. So this is kind of the other option. And whenever Miami's had good backs out of the backfield, man, catching passes involved in the passing game, that's to me when you've had really good Miami offenses, right? I mean, you think back to Willis McGahee, Alonzo Highsmith, right? It's always guys catching the ball out of the backfield and making something with it. And Jalen Knighton is that breed.
Now, listen, we're watching success with the quarterback. We're watching success with the running game. How much do we credit the dudes up front now?
Well, I think there's more continuity, right? I mean, I think there's when guys can play together and you're not playing musical chairs every single week and bringing this guy in and putting this guy out, these guys can work together and start to trust each other a little bit more. And so, Navon Donaldson last game didn't have a great game. I think he was penalized twice. He was beaten on a couple plays. Almost, I think he was the one responsible almost for the almost safety, the one that wasn't called. So, you need better play out of him. But I think for the most part, those guys have sort of held their own. I think Ja'Kai Clark, he played center in high school, but, he was a guard at Miami his first 2 years. Now all of a sudden he's taken over. I think he's playing the center position better than Corey Gaynor and the guy that they had before him. So they're getting better play. They're getting better blitz pickup, I think. When they're giving up sacks, it's usually the tight end or the running back missing an assignment. So I think as a line as a whole, they're playing better. Could it be better? Yes, there's no question that they could still be a lot better. But I think that's where, you have to address some of those things in recruiting.
What's the latest in recruiting, by the way? Any news out there on the recruiting side?
Yeah, I mean, look, they're getting a bunch of offers out to different kids. A lot of them JUCO kids. They're certainly surfing the transfer portal, looking for help. I think the one thing Manny Diaz said this week, and he kind of reiterated this from the week before, is you can't just look to high school recruits anymore. And I've had a lot of conversations with high school coaches, and they're all saying the same thing. Like, a lot of recruiting is going to be done through the transfer portal. Like, it's going to be coaches looking to see who's available, which college ready kids who've already had an experience in college are available to come in and help the program out. And I think, Manny's not going to be alone in that. I could see a scenario essentially where you sign 15 high school kids and 10 transfers every single year, because you have 15 kids you can develop in the background and 10 that you can plug in to fill holes. And I think that's going to be sort of the scenario here. And I think the one thing for Miami, you don't know who's going to be leaving off this roster at the end of the year. Because of the extra year of eligibility, they're over the 85 limit, in terms of 5th, 6th, 7th year seniors. We don't know who is going to be coming back, who's going to enter the transfer portal. There was one kid who entered the transfer portal this week, a defensive end who was part of their 2020 class, who just wasn't going to get on the field. So I think in the long run, Manny Diaz, recruiting isn't just going to be, okay, here's December, we're going to sign 25 kids and boom, we're done. Alabama can do that, right? Ohio State can do that. Miami and everybody else has to look for help in the transfer portal because there's just too many holes. Linebacker, I think cornerback after Tyreek Stevenson leaves after this year is going to be a position of need. I think offensive tackle is a position you still look at, especially if Zion Nelson leaves for the NFL. So to me, there's a reason the transfer portal is there, and I think they're going to use it.
All right. Yeah. Listen, why not? They've had some, not everything's been successful coming out of the transfer portal, but they've had some success with
Charleston Rambo, Tyreek. I mean, you go back to KJ Osborne. He's kind of a forgotten one, right? Because he was on the team 2 years ago. But he was their number one receiver. I mean, Jalen Phillips, Quincy Roche. Manny, yes, you have had a Tate Martell here or there, but I think
but I mean the what's it called? Your other quarterback,
D'Eriq King.
D'Eriq King, right? Isn't he a transfer portal guy? I mean,
yep.
That's
I think that's just the way of life now in college football, and that's what the biggest difference is going to be. I think we're all just used to, hey, you signed 25 freshmen. That's not the case anymore. And I think the one-time, transfer rule being implemented and then being able to go over 25. If you're under the 85 limit, you don't have to just stick with 25 initials anymore. The belief is you're going to be able to go over that to 32. So I think it changes the game, man. It changes the game. And again, I think they're going to be signing guys in February. I think there could be situations where they sign guys in the summertime because it just depends on who's available, who leaves after spring football. It is an ever evolving. This is going to become like NFL free agency in my mind. Right.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So we didn't really think that they could pull it off the last 2 weeks, and they did.
Yep.
Is it 3 in a row? You got them winning 3 in a row?
I got them winning 3 in a row, but I don't have them covering the spread because I just think this team doesn't have it in them to pound anybody yet. And I think Georgia Tech, of the 4 remaining teams, they're one of the better ones. I think they could end the year by destroying Duke. And I think the FSU game, depending on where FSU is, their season might be over at that point. They might have 6 losses, and Miami could kind of put them out of their misery. So I think this game for Georgia Tech, they're trying to make a bowl game. They're going to play their asses off in this game, come down here and they're not just going to give in. So I think this is going to be a tight game on Saturday. I think Miami wins by 7. I'm picking them like 35-28.
Although the Florida State thing is also dangerous on the other side of, well, they've got a shot at a bowl. Let's play spoiler. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's the, that game. I know it's the cliche, but I do throw everything out the window with that stinking rivalry game because we've seen it when they're really good and Miami beats them. And we've seen it when Miami was really good and FSU beats them. And it's just one of the weirdest things that goes on between that series. That's a really unpredictable series sometimes. But FSU comes in one year ranked number 1 and they walk out with a 31-0 defeat or something. Right? What was it? 31?
Right.
I mean,
well, Miami. It's weird, but FSU has a winning record in Miami, and Miami has a winning record in Tallahassee the series. So I mean, that's just the way it is. It's strange like that. But Miami has won 4 in a row, and those guys, I think, emotionally, they know if NC State pounds FSU this weekend, and which they could, NC State's a good team. Then I think Florida State they could go into that game against Miami like, well, there's no way we're going to win 3 games and be bowl eligible, even though it's their rival and it'll be their Super Bowl. I think, that always kills teams, right? When you're sort of facing elimination.
Sure.
So
For sure. Yeah. And Miami owes this Florida State anyway, because they had that, what was it, like a 7-game streak against Miami?
yeah, exactly. Yep.
So they still got a couple more years to tackle.
pound them, right.
Yeah, no, and add an 8th just to okay, you had 7. Here you go, bitch. We giving you 8 straight losses against
That's
the
right.
Canes. So
That's right.
Got to get that in there. All right, what are you working on the Athletics so folks can check you out, my friend?
Well, I just put up a new article today breaking down the defense and, sort of pointing out, Manny Diaz has been very vocal about how many great quarterbacks they faced. And they faced 7 of the top 50 efficient passers in the country this year, which is more than they did. I think they had 5 last year and 4 the year before that. So they have faced really tough quarterbacks week in and week out here. But it also, breaks down where they rank defensively in a lot of categories and how, even though they've played great quarterbacks, there really is no excuse. They had a veteran team coming back this year, and it just sort of exposed their poor player development and really, I think, some of the holes that they had in recruiting, the misses that they had in recruiting. So anyway, there's a whole article breaking down the defense. And of course, my report from earlier this week, talking about the administration saying that they're going to spend more money and invest more money into the football program. And the news on Manny Diaz with the chance that he has a chance to keep the job. So all of that is in there available to read. And there's going to be plenty more, man. I do recruiting stuff. I'm going to be going to a game tonight to write about one of the local recruits. And so there'll be plenty to read in there, as well as the game coverage from tomorrow.
Follow my man on Twitter, Manny_Navarro. And you better subscribe to The Athletic. They do great work locally, nationally, internationally, and you get it for pennies. So make sure you get it. Manny, as always, my brother, I thank you. I appreciate you. We will talk again on Tuesday.
All right, Big O. Take care.
You got it. That is Manny Navarro and our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
That's what they say, and that's what they do, because I know, because I shop there a lot too. Big O Fish front office needs to pick up OBJ and use him as trade bait next year. It's the smart and right thing to do. First of all, you're assuming somebody will trade for him. And then you also have to get him here, and he has to actually play well. And if he doesn't play well and he has injuries, it'll be kind of the same thing that's been going on with him for a couple of years now. That's a very dangerous thing to do, to carry that salary for some kind of a pick. I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't know. JG Long says, good morning, Big O. Thank you, sir. Thank you for tuning in. I know JG's out in Malaysia. Dean Brown says, you heard what Greg Cosell said about Tua? I did not. Nope. I don't know what Greg Cosell said about Tua. So did he slam him? Did he hate him? What is it? Did he do it on Twitter, by the way? Because he does some of that stuff on Twitter. So I don't know if there's any sound bites, or you can send me the audio or whatever it is from Greg Cosell if you want. I am pulling up his Twitter feed right now, and I don't know if I'm seeing anything yet so far about Tua, but if I see anything about Tua, I will play it. But I have no idea, sir, what he said. You're gonna have to give me the link or send it to me. Send it to my email, bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. If that's what you want to do. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'm looking at his Twitter feed to see if I see anything on Tua. Sean, look up for me Greg Cosell on Tua and see if something comes up, and we can play it for the folks and see what Greg has to say, if it's positive or negative about Mr. Tua. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here? He slammed him on the Colin Cowherd show, Big O. Oh, okay. So maybe it's on Cowturd. Check out Cowturd's feed there, Sean. And maybe on Cowturd's feed, you'll see the Greg Cosell cut. And then maybe we can play Cosell slamming Tua and see what he has to say about him and why he thinks the kid will be a failure, I guess. Let's see. What else do we have here? OBJ was never elite talent. His name has made him one. No, he's an elite talent, sports media. No, he's an elite talent. Okay. He may not end up becoming an elite player because he didn't do it year in and year out, and he's not reliable. His body doesn't hold up, and he's also an idiot that likes to fight with kicking nets and propose to them and things like that. But he is an elite talent. The speed and the athleticism that Odell Beckham has is not something that happens every single day. Look, man, you don't have to like him. Okay, I don't like him. But yeah, you got to separate the two. I don't have a lot of respect for Odell Beckham. I don't. I wouldn't want him on my football team. I'm not talking about just Dolphins. If I owned a football team, any of the 32 teams, I wouldn't want players like Odell Beckham on my team. And I'm not talking about his physical abilities. I'm talking about who he is as a person. And by the way, he's also fragile. That's the other thing that I don't like about Odell Beckham. He breaks down all the time. So no. Let's see. Big O, the best person for educational blockchain and Bitcoin, I think, is Andrew Antonopoulos. Okay. I will try to look him up and see, but I mean, that's your opinion, and maybe you're right. I don't know the guy. You know what I mean? But I know that for crypto, I like George. I think he does a really, really good job. He's incredibly knowledgeable. So his show obviously is listened. It's watched by a ton of folks. And I've watched him now for over half a year now, 6-8 months or something like that. And I've gotten a good sense of who he is. And I like him, man, because I've watched other people, and there's not a lot of them that I follow because a lot of them get into too much dramatics. Look, crypto is stressful enough as it is and volatile enough as it is. I don't need you trying to play the dramatic stuff of sell now, this, that. Oh, I got this coin that I think is going to explode. Or I think this coin is going to go down, 80%. All and just, 80% of their predictions are always wrong. So, but I'll check them out. You might be right. Big D says it doesn't matter who says good things about Tua because the trolls just love to hate on Tua. Lots of shows are saying none of this mess is his fault. Odell causes trouble no matter where he's at. Big D, we all have to also leave the option open that we could be wrong. Tua maybe isn't ever going to be a good quarterback in this league. Maybe he doesn't have enough to be that good quarterback. I think he does. I think you give him the proper coaching and the proper, talent around him. I think the guy can be a player for you. But maybe I'm wrong. You never know. We have to also leave that option open. You know what I'm saying? I like the kid. The only thing I've never, ever liked about Tua is durability. That's the one thing that's why I wouldn't have drafted him. I've told you that already. But see, I'm honest. I wouldn't have drafted Tua because I said it because of durability issues, not because I don't think he can play. I think he can play at this level. I really do. With the right coaching, the right scheme, he can play at this level. He can excel at this level, but can he stay healthy? That's my concern. But I wouldn't have drafted Herbert either because of all the the introvert stuff that I heard. And since we kind of went through the introvert stuff with Ryan, I didn't want to go through that introvert stuff again. Plus, his games at Oregon were incredibly unimpressive. You could see the athleticism in the arm, but the way they used him, they never really displayed it the way you could. And he never really had any signature moments against really good teams. Or, listen, let's face it. Cristobal's done an excellent job, but they don't have a long history of beating really good teams. It's not like they're going to the SEC when they meet them and they're constantly beating them. Winning in the Pac-12 is not really that impressive. It's just not. Beating Washington or UCLA or USC or Stanford, it's nice, but it doesn't impress me. All right? But we do have to leave that option open because maybe he doesn't have it. We don't get everything right. Watch the video and see how often Finn's O-line is pushed back a few yards on almost every play. Yeah, I mean, you see that there all the time. Luigi says, I find George excellent to Big O. There you go. Big O, you said Josh Allen will stink. Dead wrong, and you're pumping Tua. Come on, man, look at him. He stinks. I know, T-Bone, and you had Josh Allen being a stud when you saw him at Wyoming at the Senior Bowl and his first year. Yeah, way to go. And I said the same thing. 99% of the people said when they saw him at Wyoming or when they saw him at the Senior Bowl. Because when I saw him at the Senior Bowl, unlike you, sir, I saw him spraying the ball all over the place, and he was inaccurate as hell. And I go, okay, another guy with a big gun that has no idea where the ball is going. So I give him a ton of credit. But please don't make it sound like I'm the only one out of the group that didn't think he was going to make it. Most everybody thought Josh Allen was dead in the water. So, that's not the one that you want to use against me. There's plenty of others that you can use against me, not named Josh Allen. So try again. Go find one that actually carries some weight, because that one carries none. Daniel Grafton, 11 Yanks and Tactical Manager TV YouTube channel follows all U.S. men's national players. Not my channel, but ones I recommend for anybody who is curious. Okay? Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you. Nelson Porter says, only thing we say about Tua is give him support by giving him an O-line and running back, and then let's see how he does. That's right. Hey, man, like I mentioned earlier, all right, we talk about an O-line. Well, go look at Pat Mahomes last year in the Super Bowl. He couldn't do jack crap because he didn't have an O-line. So even the great quarterbacks need an O-line. If you don't have an O-line, it's going to be a rough day for you. Hell, he ended up with needing surgery in the offseason because he took such a beating from that O-line. All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. Hour number 3 is next. Omar Kelly is set to join us. He'll either join us now at 12 o'clock or at 12:15. Either way, Omar Kelly will be joining us in hour number 3. The great Sean Stanley driving the program. He's the guy that puts it all together. Don't forget, Sunday we'll be at Sports Grill in Miami on Bird Road and 114th. Come on out and join us. Doors will open up, I believe, around 11 or noon, I think it is. I think it's 11. I think 11 is when 11 a.m. is when the doors open up. They don't do breakfast there. That's the Miami Lakes location. No breakfast here. So just in case, if you're going to the Bird Road one, they haven't added breakfast yet. Okay? Next year, by the way, when we go to Doral, and we'll be at the Doral store next year, early next year for Heat watch parties and things like that. We're also going to, after the football season is done, we're going to be doing Heat watch parties. So Sean and I will be doing some evening shows. So we might be doing some double dipping in the next year. Might do like a shorter show in the morning, and then we do another show that we come back in the evening for a little Heat watch party. So we might be doing some other things too over at Sports Grill, but that'll be at the Doral location when it opens up next year. It's set to open up late December, January, early February, right around there. You never know, because it's, have you tried to order things and supplies and things like it's, so if it all depends on if they have any delays that, so it could be December, could be all the way up to early February. But either way, once the Doral location is open, we are going to be at the Sports Grill in Doral a lot. Okay. We'll be there all for football season next year. Every game will be out there, and there will be a Sunday brunch. That is a lock already for the Doral location. So it'll be brunch with the Big O is what you're going to be able to do on Sundays. We're looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's take a break. Omar Kelly will join us in hour number 3 right here on the Big O Radio Show.
This is the Big O Show.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available, from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
It's the Big O Show. You're tuned in to the hottest sports radio.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
Orlando, a.k.a. the Big O. He covers all the South Florida teams.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Offense to the Heat, well, you know what I mean. Monday to Friday, Fly Pablo in the...
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Show on the radio, the top's where we gonna go, Miami, that's the way we roll.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
On the morning show, Big O, no one has a similar show. Talk sports, talk plays, talk...
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Live and direct, because nobody do it better than Big O in the set. From sunrise, listen live.
When you're ready to purchase a new home or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy with fast approvals and quick closings. With many loan programs and competitive rates, now is the time to turn your dreams into reality. Ask about special financing for veterans. They never charge an application fee, and you will work directly with one of their experienced loan professionals. Stop dreaming and contact American Dream Lending today, 786-802-1727, or online at adreamlending.com. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty, welcome back. Hour number 3, we await Mr. Omar Kelly and the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report. I was actually talking to Eric yesterday on the phone. Last night we were going back and forth, and we talked a little crypto too, because he's also big into crypto. So yeah, we were talking all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I gave him the Dogecoin coin. I said, hey man, go check it out. It's a gamble, but Dogecoin Mars, and by the way, Dogecoin Mars is up 87.4%. Holy crap. That is awesome, man. It's a good day. It's a very good day in the crypto market for those of us that are well invested in the crypto market. It is a beautiful thing. I'm getting now a call with no caller ID, which we don't answer. And Crow, by the way, is up to 37 cents. Shiba Inu climbing back up. It's at 57 now after a strong dip yesterday, which was a moment. If you're invested and you wanted to get in there, that's when you buy the dip, and then you get the next, if you believe in it, of course. Somebody asked me, hey, did you take advantage of the dip? I was like, no, I bought a lot of it early already, so I'm just going to wait and see if there's, if we get really lucky. Let's put it that way. VeChain, by the way, is up 8% also. Right now it's at 16 cents. Nervous Network, I've been telling you about CKB now. It's at 7% up. So you got some of that going on right now in the market. So just in case, if you are a crypto player, you now get to see some of these coins that are just climbing. October was a terrific month. And now we're watching November just absolutely blow up. Shiba is leading the way at 35%. Crypto's at 33%. Phantom, another blockchain that is growing, a very good investment. It's up 14%, up to $2.81. So that's another one that has been I'm not into Phantom. I don't have any Phantom, but I know it's actually really good. Chainlink is up 8.4%. I'm not a Chainlink guy, but obviously that's a good one too. VeChain up 8%. Like I said, Terra Luna all the way up to almost $50 now at 7.5%. So some good things going on. I'm into Theta. Theta's up 4.6%. It's up to $7.77 right now. Pancake Swap is up 4% to $19.45. So you got several coins that are climbing right now in the crypto market, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a heads up on what's going on in the crypto market. We await Omar Kelly and the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report. By the way, Tua listed as a limited participant in practice over the last couple of days because of the finger injury, but he doesn't have it wrapped or anything. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think he'll be fine. Dolphins, by the way, are favored by 5.5. It was 6.5. So money's come in on the Texans, and it's brought the number down to 5.5. The over and under is 46. Houston's plus 200 in the money line, and Miami's minus 240 in the money line. I'm really thinking of laying the points because I think they actually might pull it off this week and win by a touchdown. Landon Roberts. Let me go over Landon Roberts' comments. He said the team is better than people think. The average fan wouldn't understand that because they're just looking at the game. They just don't really know what they're looking at. And look, in the end, we're all not going to know the X's and O's like players ever. Okay, that's something that I never really get into arguing with current or former players or coaches because there's no way I'm going to ever know what they know. You know what I mean? But in general, we know what a bad team looks like. And that's where Landon Roberts is way off. If you were a good team, you wouldn't be 1-7. If you were a good team, you'd have a better coaching staff. If you were a good team, you wouldn't make the mental errors that you're constantly making where you don't even know how to line up. So that's where Landon Roberts, I would say, well, what do you mean I don't know? You guys don't even know how to line up. How do I not know that that's bad? How is it that Austin Jackson has penalties in every game? That's bad. I'm sorry, I must have missed that at Landon. Now, Xavier Howard has given up 6 touchdowns this year. Am I wrong here, or is that bad? 6 touchdowns the dude's allowed. Jalen Phillips, young player, being moved around a lot. Maybe not. Maybe he should be brought along slower. Maybe only pass rush. Not put him out in space. So don't tell me what's bad. I know what's bad because I'm watching it. I'm watching the kicker get his field goals blocked. I'm watching him actually miss field goals. This is something that normally doesn't happen with Jason Sanders. So that's bad. So to me, well, when Landon Roberts, look, I get it. You don't want to come up to the podium and say we're a bad team, but don't go telling me that I don't know what the hell I'm watching, or that you don't know what you're watching, or that the media doesn't know what they're watching. We know what we're watching. We're watching a 1-17. And Landon Roberts may not want to look in the mirror, but you may want to look in the mirror. Okay? Because you are what your record says you are. That line that they use in football, it is 100% accurate. And by the way, Landon, we're Dolphin fans. We've watched a lot of bad teams. We're experts at knowing what a bad team looks like. We are. We're experts at that. And you don't resemble, you are a bad team. You don't look like a bad team. You don't have characteristics of a bad team. You don't have shades of a bad team. You are a terrible football team. And you have not gotten better because you're not winning. So when you start winning multiple games, see, I can say the Hurricanes are a little better right now than they were a few weeks back. Can't we all say that? They just beat 2 ranked teams. Something that we probably didn't think was possible for this team. So now they're better. They're playing better. Have they arrived? Are they challenging for a national title? I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying the Canes are playing better. I can't say that about the Dolphins because all they do every week is find a way to lose. So please, Landon Roberts, don't tell me that I don't know what the hell I'm watching. I'm watching a really bad football team, and you're part of it. 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the text line, that's 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the text line, and we will get to your text after we speak to Omar Kelly and the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report. For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. The Big O Radio Show is home for the hardcore Dolphins fan. That's why we give you Omar Kelly twice a week. Buckle up. It's time for the EJDConstruction.com Miami Dolphins Report, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show.
I got to tell you, what's the best part about going to this segment every week, or
What's
at
that?
least twice a week, is watching Omar prepare for the segment seconds before he gets on the air. Because I know Sean and I are going, all right, wait a minute. He's adjusting. He's fixing his hair. Wait a minute. I'm not seeing anything right now. There's a wall. There's this, there's that. And then all of a sudden, let's go to the EJDConstruction.com, and there he is, like coming in and with the locks flowing and ready.
Listen,
to go.
you guilty on the hair adjustments, but you got to understand it's so hard because I'm here at practice in the facility,
I know.
and there's nowhere. Like last week, I was in the staircase because somebody was in the interview room, and the NFL Network room was locked. So today I'm in the NFL Network room, which is my preferred choice. So, it's
you kicked out Andrew Siciliano. Did you drag him out by the ears?
It's actually this is Cam Wolf's room, basically.
Oh, Cam
Yes.
Wolf. Okay.
Yes, this is his home base. So this is really his domain here. Fancy. Let me show you the fancy digs here. Oh, the TV's off, so it usually flashes NFL Network. That's their little monitor thing. But we got to do what we got to do in this situation.
No, I got you. All right.
And we got some hot stuff to talk about.
Yeah. What do we got? What do we got going on? OBJ coming in?
Listen, there was a 7-second pause of consideration.
We played your video.
And there was a yes said 3 times. It would be business-wise, and nobody knows what the contract looks like. It would be business-wise a smart thing to claim Odell Beckham if you're in position to. Can we talk about these acorns that we pick up? He's out there on the waiver wire. They're adjusting his contract. It's not going to be a substantial hit, supposedly. We got to see what the contract is
they paid the bonus. You know that, so it won't be as bad because you don't pay the bonus, as you know. So and it's straight up salary. So that means you can cut them at any time.
Yeah, not only that, but I don't know what the situation is for future years, but having Odell, let's be real about it. Devontae Parker regressed with a hamstring injury. That doesn't seem like it's going away anytime soon. What we're left with is Jalen Waddle, who is this year's version of Devon Bess. And Mac Hollins.
Damn, you called them crazy too. On top of that,
I did not. Let's not do that to Devon Bess.
That's just not nice.
Listen, I have a respect for Devon Bess. He went through some hard times, man. He went through some hard times, as a lot of NFL players go through.
I know, but you just called the other guy like he was out of his mind, just like that poor kid unfortunately went out of his mind.
No, I'm just saying in terms of a slot possession receiver.
I know I'm messing,
which is just mind blowing.
By the way, let me help you out here on this. He's got a salary of $13.7 next year and the following year. He has roster bonuses of $1 million and workout bonuses of $250,000. So that would be his hit. It has it as $15 million to cap it, but that's figured in with the bonuses from prior years from the Browns.
But what I find interesting,
they wouldn't be responsible for that.
I need to know what the restructures of the contract. What do they mean for future years in terms of the hit? Like I haven't seen anything like that, and a lot of times.
Oh no, but wait a minute. Oh, he's not going to restructure the salary won't get restructured. it's probably they're
No,
probably
but in terms of the cap
negotiating-
hit, the
they're
cap
probably
hit.
negotiating the money of the bonus, how much he gets, how much he doesn't. That's probably what they're negotiating. I don't think they touch the salary. I
Okay,
think the salary stays there. So you're inheriting a $13.7 million, actually 14.7, $15 million you're adding.
but if you change money to I don't know if the specifics of this, but if you change money to a bonus, it probably evens out and doesn't impact your future cap hit. But a lot of times when you change base salary to bonuses, it impacts future years' monies. Now, I don't know what Odell's motivation would be to actually restructure his contract. I'd be like, just cut me. But hey, if he did, and that's another thing. Why would Odell want to be claimed? Number one. So
because nobody's going to give him 15 million next year.
He's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. So you could just claim him and keep it moving.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
And you could claim him and keep it moving. And right now the Dolphins are.
But if you claim him and he plays well and he actually stays healthy, then you won't let him go and you'll pay the 15 million. Is what I'm saying.
I agree. 13 million, but yes, cap hit is not.
No, it's 13.7 with $1 million and 1.25 of bonuses. So it ends up being 15 million.
Okay, all right, my bad. So it's totally $15 million. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing: you're a desperate team. This is a desperate move if you do it, and I don't know.
But it's another injury-prone guy, doggy, that you can't count on, Omar.
You act like they got something they can count on right now. If you are trying to give Tua a legitimate chance, and let's just be real about it. Okay, this is a 9-game audition, and say whatever you want about Tua. We're both fans of Tua. The reality is this is a 9-game audition because
I think he's done. I think he's done, but whatever.
The minute I can't say that because even though it's not leading to the reviews are not good. And it's not just the reviews these are the private reviews I'm getting. It's just not good. And it's heartbreaking, but we need to move past that. He has a 9-game, and I wrote a column in the Sun Sentinel. Do not feel sorry for Tua. He suffered a potential career-ending hip injury. There were teams that were out there that said, he isn't on our board. There were teams that were out there that said, hey, that arm is a problem. And the Dolphins did it despite that. And I supported them doing it. I endorsed them doing it. I wanted them to do it. It just has not panned out for anybody involved. It was I hate to say bad move, but not the best of decisions. Okay? Too much risk associated, which is why you generally don't make those moves. And I will say this, and keep in mind, I love Tua. I love what he represents. I love the potential that he has. But the very first practice I watched him, I was like, ooh, that arm. Don't like. And I said, okay, it's the hip injury. Let's excuse it as the hip injury. Then we have the thumb issue. It's like the arm is baseline NFL caliber arm. It's Chad Pennington at the end of the career. And then we had the thumb injury. That made it worse. Now we have the hip injury where he's been not the hip injury, the rib injury, and it's been okay, but it's not good. And he has a chance to show you that it's good. I'm sorry, despite what Dolphin fans want to think about why he doesn't throw deep balls, like they're not calling it because I'm not sure he could throw for 40 yards. And
he just threw to Gesicki 40 yards.
Yes, I'm saying. Okay,
beautiful touch on that 40-yard pass.
Oh, anything with touch is beautiful. Anything with touch is beautiful.
It's 40 yards touch, bro. That's impressive. Coming out of a scramble.
I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I want to see him play and give him as much weaponry and as good of an offensive line as you can, and let's see where it stacks up. Not to say that his coaching is helping him, not to say the offensive line is helping him, not to say that the running game is helping him, not to say that these injury decimated receivers are helping him.
Coaching does not help at all.
I said that. That's the first thing I said.
I mean, nothing. They don't help the kid at all. They don't move him around.
Yeah,
It's
it's
they tell the defense, hey, our guy's gonna be right here for every down. Come on out. Here's the drive-through. Have your burger. Smash the kid and move on.
yeah,
You know?
and you
It's
know
like
what?
it's like people smashing the like button here is how they smash Tua and behind that line.
And you know what's sad? Teams are just blitz and blitz and blitz, and they don't make them pay. Just and why? Do you
tell me? You tell me, why are they so poorly coached that they can't take advantage of that?
I haven't seen
Tell me.
I haven't seen Tua throw a deep pass since the first week of practice.
You don't have a lot of time to throw deep balls.
That's fair.
You're going to take a chance. You already busted his ribs on a 3-step drop. So I'm serious. And so no, let's just give him let's give the DNs a more direct shot at his ass by dropping him 5 or 7, and he's got to wait for that long play to develop. And then before you know it, you don't have a quarterback anymore because he's going to get smashed.
No,
it's just listen, you want to throw deep? Effing roll him out, dude.
I agree.
So that way, as you roll him out, you're buying the time. He plants, stops, and boom, it unloads, and you got a deep ball. And you can do it with Parker. You can do it with Preston. You can do it.
Can't do it with Parker this week.
Well, okay, but what I'm saying is,
yeah,
go get your jump ball guy and just throw it down there, bro. Just do that. But they don't even do that. This coaching staff is so freaking horrible, dude. It's not even funny, man. It's a remedial staff. I mean, think about this. Think about Tua's coaching staff in Alabama.
Oh,
and think about what he has here.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. Like, there's no comparison. Sarkisian or this?
Maybe Sarkisian. Maybe Sarkisian needs to be the offensive coordinator. I can't. Like, I don't know what the answer is. And
Lane Kiffin or this, right? I mean, you wouldn't take Lane Kiffin as your offensive coordinator over this?
Lane Kiffin ain't leaving Mississippi State.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about reality. I'm just saying in general, this is what Alabama has at their offensive coordinator position.
This is bad.
They have people that know what the hell they're doing.
And it's not just the coordinators. It's a lot of the position coaches are probably a level higher than they should be. And listen, Brian Flores made this coaching staff. So there's only one person that should be taking accountability for it or so, and he is. So the question is, can he fix it? And I don't know. We'll see.
I've seen this story before. You come back on the hot seat, you're desperate, yada yada yada.
We've seen it before.
And it's
but I will say this. I will say this.
It was Chad that mentioned yesterday. You're going to have to give him a 2-year extension.
Yes.
Then
give who a 2-year extension?
Flores.
No.
He's
Nobody.
Right.
Nobody gets an extension.
But Shad, I get that. I get what you're saying. But Shad is 1,000% right. That if you're going to try to get a damn veteran in here, coach,
I give him a 2-year guarantee contract, and if Flores is fired, you walk away with your money. No questions asked.
But you have to give him an extension so that way
I'm not giving Flores an extension.
Stephen Ross is.
If Steve Ross gives Flores or Greer, it's always the kiss of death. If Steve Ross gives Flores or Greer an extension, he should fire himself as owner. Like, I have always been a staunch supporter of Steve Ross, and I get it. That's probably
he means well. He means well, but he just
that would be the colossal definition of dumb. Now, bringing them back, both of them, which I know he's going to do unless this team absolutely flatlines, and I think a loss to Houston could lead to that flatlining. But bringing them both back would be the junior definition of dumb. Because you're going to Chris Greer, he had he had everything in his kitchen that he could have possibly wanted to make a good meal. And he made some undercooked potatoes and an overcooked salmon.
Ooh, that's nasty.
I'm describing my dinner from last night, but it's not fair. My wife did not have the utilization of all of our kitchen accoutrements. So don't let this pass beyond this
She
conversation.
doesn't listen. That's all right. It's all good.
You did
Never
not hear
find
that.
out. She'll
Yes,
never find out.
I swear I will stab whoever shares this with her. But like, you can't do it this bad and then get an opportunity to do it over again. I'm sorry. Like, this is bad. Like, how many quarterbacks are you going to get to pick if you're Chris Grier? 3?
Yeah. I mean, before we didn't pick multiple quarterbacks because we kept the same one around for years. So, but before that, it was always easily 3 quarterbacks in a couple of years. I mean, we have had like 20-something quarterbacks since Marino. So
John
you do the
Beck,
math.
Chad
You
Henne,
do the math. It was
Pat
normally
White.
we've picked lots. Every regime has had actually several quarterbacks, pretty much.
Man, you shouldn't get to pick more than 2, and this is the second. Like, I'm a firm believer in that. Like, you shouldn't get to pick 3. Now, in the offseason, if we can get Aaron Rodgers, I'll allow it. Like, if you pull the trigger on the Deshaun Watson trade and, you know, the 22 civil suits and for sexual assault and misconduct go away, I'll allow it. But, like, I'm sorry. Like, trusting you to draft the quarterback? Like, have you seen your body of work?
Well,
Like,
I got to tell you, word has it that Adam Shaheen wants Aaron Rodgers badly here. Just saying.
Like, why does Adam Shaheen matter? I'm missing this one.
Not anti-vaxxer.
Man, come on.
Hey, it's not my fault you were slow on the joke, bro. Okay?
Bro, like, listen.
That's your fault, not mine, okay? Plenty of people on the chat board picked up on that and said,
There
there
are so many people who do not believe in the vaccine that are here, that are
know.
on this team, that took it just for the sake of convenience. You could have just took one Johnson & Johnson shot. Hell,
one of my best friends covers the team locally, and he's a cameraman, and he is an anti-vaxxer. And the only reason he got the vaccine was because the NFL told him, oh, you want to cover the NFL? If you're not vaccinated, you're not covering the NFL. And if he wants to make money, he's got to cover the NFL. So if he's got to cover the NFL, he's got to get the vaccine.
I don't know. I'm not a big vaccine person, but I took it because they said it would benefit my daughter. But the booster, man, you got to be out your mind. You took the booster?
Hails to I got 5 stents in my heart, bro. You think I'm going to screw around with this?
You're right.
No, dude. Listen, I got a buddy of mine that he and his family just went to the Dominican Republic. They all got vaccinated. He is vaccinated and also already had COVID. The rest of the family did not, but they all got vaccinated. They all got COVID in the Dominican Republic and came back, and they all recovered super nicely. He goes, man, that vaccine worked beautiful. And he's an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah.
So it convinced him when he saw his wife get COVID and recover and not go through the things that he went through. He was like, wow, dude, the vaccine works. And I go, of course it works, dude. We've been doing it for 100 years. We've been doing it for all other things. This is just another virus that we got to fight. And there'll be another one, and we're going to have to get a vaccine for that. Yeah. I hope it's 50 years from now when I'm dead and gone, but it'll happen again sometime.
Yeah. I mean,
as long as Asians play with animals, we will continue to have viruses. Okay?
Wow.
I'm sorry, dude. Swine flu, now this. No, man, dude, animals and people don't mix. We got to stop with this already, bro. You know, I'm just saying, I got to be honest. That's what happens. You know, you got to stop with the mixing of humans and animals, man. That don't fly.
We've been eating that. Who are you to judge what the Chinese eat? Why should you be able to, if they want to eat bat, that's culturally what they eat, right?
I'm down on they cook dogs, dude. They're done with me. Dogs aren't food, bro. Dogs are
Dogs aren't food to you because culturally you consider them a pet.
No, those are angels of the Lord. You don't cook dogs, okay? The only guy that cooks dogs is Henry Ruggs.
I missed that one too. What?
He just killed a woman and her dog. They fried in the damn
cook.
car,
Oh my
dude.
God.
God, what's wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you? How slow are you today? Everything is going right over your head.
Bro, that's a bad joke. I know I'm laughing now, but it's like, no.
Oh, so it's so bad, but you're laughing.
No,
it's so bad, but you're laughing.
Man, that woman cooked in that car, man. No.
Yeah, that son of a bitch needs to serve 50 years in jail. He needs to cook in jail. Did you watch that video? His girlfriend's hugging, hey, can somebody help him? And there's the car behind her in flames with that woman and that dog fried in there. Who the hell's helping them, dude? You know, it's like, I don't give a crap about Henry Ruggs and his girlfriend. Look what you did, man. You fried a woman.
And I don't want to like sit here and get on a podium and pontificate on the morality or the decision making, because all of it is dumb. But you're inebriated. You've been drinking. Why the hell? Not why are you driving? Because that's, it is what it is. People do drunk driving all the time. Why are you doing 150?
In a residential area. It's a residential area. Oh, you got to go look at the video. It's residential. There's a dude over his house on the wall filming everything because they're right in front.
They do not have they don't. Are you serious? They have video of him driving 150?
No, they don't have any video of him crashing, but they have the video right after the crash.
Yeah.
With the car on fire and him and his girlfriend there. And there's a person that's filming from the fence of their home because they made that crash in front of their home.
Honestly, my neighborhood apparently seems to be some sort of drag strip because there's so I don't know why these guys use residential neighborhoods for this kind of stuff. Like there are straightaways and you see people doing the donut circles. I'm like, why is my neighborhood that neighborhood? But I guess
you got a certain amount of streets without a stop sign. All right, there we go. We got a track. I mean, that's kind of
no. Apparently, my street, my neighbor told me they used to race Ferraris on my street, and I'm thinking to myself like, why the hell would you race a Ferrari on a street?
People are stupid.
Think about how many people you could injure. And I get it. My neighborhood.
Look at Ruggs. He's doing 157 in a residential area, and then that car comes up on him and he hits the brakes, but you're at 157. You're covering so much ground. By the time he hit her, it was 127, and that car exploded, dude. I mean, I have no sympathy for Henry Ruggs. None, bro. None. You assassinated a woman and her dog, bro. That is just, I mean, it's terrible, man. Just terrible. It really is. I hope people I hope people learn from this. If there's anybody out there that has a drinking issue, please, man, stay away from the damn wheel. And it's so easy to call an Uber and a Lyft or AAA. It's the easiest thing in the world, bro. Man, I just don't get that. I really don't. All right, so let's get away from the dark side of the NFL with some of that ugliness going on. Then they just had another Raider player also, by the way, in a DUI mess about some woman or something like that. Yeah, another player. I just saw that.
Week?
I think it's an older case, but it's like it just came up now.
And that's the thing. You know what I thought about when all this stuff was happening in Vegas? I've always heard the same thing about Miami. Like, you have to put a certain player into this market because of how difficult this market is. And I hear that from people inside organizations.
That makes sense.
And like, you got to, two is that kind of person, but goodness gracious, it's, it's disappointing. It's disappointing.
So there might be a guy that parties a lot, and maybe you want to draft him in Green Bay or Indianapolis. You don't want to draft him in Miami, New York, or Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just one of those kind of things that if you live in one of those kind of cities
Yeah.
and that guy has that kind of a reputation, you got to go, well, wait a minute, man. Is our environment good for this guy? And by the way,
Mhm.
let's bring it full circle. Odell Beckham, South Beach. I mean, I know he doesn't know how to dress on a boat, but still, I mean, it's still South Beach. You didn't get it either. God bless. He came down with his receivers during the break of the
Yeah, I remember
playoff.
that. Okay.
They were on a boat, and the idiots were all in jeans and stuff. And it's like,
Oh yeah, but they
hold
got on
on,
a
dude,
private jet,
South
bro.
Beach.
Come
Yeah,
on.
you're in
Yes.
South Beach. Let's go. Dress
I
with
don't
the
think
shirt
they
and the
planned
shorts.
to get on a yacht, but you're right. Okay, I got you. I
They
remember
look
that
like
picture.
you were in New York on a boat. Like, come on, dude. You're in South Beach. Let's go. You got the cash, bro. Bring the goods. Let's go. You got to look styling if you're going to be in South Beach.
That was a 1-day trip
Yeah.
on the day off that they took a charter jet and they didn't pack properly. Come on, you judging them? They're living their life,
Oh yeah.
bro.
No, I'm judging them totally. You go to a store and pick up a couple of.
They probably didn't have time to go to a store. They probably showed up here after a game. They did. They showed up here after a game, went to live that night, and the next day was on a yacht.
Yeah,
Come on,
exactly.
when you shopping?
And then the day after that, they dropped every football in sight. No, you're right. You're right.
Absolutely, yes, that is correct. Yes, I'm sure. Here's the thing: if they claim, because come on, Odell is a malcontent wherever he goes.
Right.
If Flores claimed him, which would be like, and the Lions have first. The Lions, come on, like Dan Campbell. I mean, I don't know, like. Do you really want to claim the biggest malcontent in the NFL?
Hold on a second. If Matt Millen was still there, they'd claim him because that's his claim to fame. Draft every receiver, claim every receiver. So, that would have been, but I don't know what
the question I posed to you. Here, let's flip this to football. Could a healthy Odell Beckham give Tua a chance?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Odell Beckham. See, we got to separate. We got to compartmentalize, as I like to say here on the show. Okay. If Odell Beckham wants to play ball, he can help anybody. Because some guy, said to me earlier in the show, he's not elite talent. I said, yes, he is, bro. He is far and above elite
I haven't
talent.
looked at Odell Beckham in 3 years.
No, I know, but he has elite speed and athleticism.
Does he
and
still?
all. Now.
Still?
Yeah. Well, when he can stay healthy and he can put it out there, but that's the problem, you can't trust him to stay healthy, and then you can't trust him to actually behave like a professional.
You putting the claim in?
No, I wouldn't. If I'm the dog, you're so dysfunctional. You want another dysfunctional person part of this?
You're bad. And I've been debating this. I've been debating this all week, and I'm not a person. Remember when Ross hired Chris Greer and then Brian Flores, and the press conference was the era of dysfunction is over?
Yeah.
Remember that? Okay.
Oh, I've been thinking about that press conference every day, my brother.
Yes, I've been thinking about that press conference this week. They acknowledged and admitted that there was an era of dysfunction for a while. Okay, that's fair. Admitting you have a problem is the first step. And they said this relationship will cure and solve the era of dysfunction. And technically it did for the first 2 seasons. We felt like the franchise was going in the right direction. What about this season? And I've been asking myself this. What about this season? It's bad. It's colossally bad. It's a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
There's no semblance. There's nothing that resembles
dysfunctional. It's dysfunctional.
But what makes it dysfunctional?
It's the definition of dysfunctional.
What makes it dysfunctional?
It's dysfunctional because your coaches can't coach, your players can't play, you can't do anything consistent. Everything that you did last year, you're opposite now. You're committing all the errors, the penalties. There's a lack of discipline on the team. There's dysfunction in the way
that
you
makes
handle
it bad.
The Deshaun Watson situation makes it all dysfunctional. The way you address the media as Flores the last couple of months with the way you approach the Tua thing, completely dysfunctional. There has been nothing functional about the Miami Dolphins this season. Nothing.
I will give you the Watson thing. That was completely dysfunctional. Continues to be dysfunctional. But we know Flores is a cold-hearted, calculated individual, and he don't care. And if you feel like Tua is not the answer, why should you care?
Okay.
So how is that? While it doesn't create,
it's also dysfunctional.
I'm seriously like, because I've covered this franchise being dysfunctional, and it is bad. It's bad right now. It's bad.
Dude, we're kind of an embarrassment all over the league again. I mean, when people talk about the Dolphins, they talk about it like, what the hell is going on over there?
Yeah,
and
right.
That's because the word dysfunction comes up once again throughout all of this. So, yeah, I hate to say it. You think I want to hear that word? You think I want to see this team in that? No, hell no. Look, you want dysfunction? You go after OBJ to add to this is dysfunction. Dysfunction is keeping Albert Wilson on the roster. Dysfunction is counting on.
I asked about that today.
Dysfunction is counting on Preston Williams. Dysfunction is
about that today.
Dysfunction is watching the best hair on the team not play all the time. Ooh. Matt Collins. That guy came out with a glorious haircut this week. All he does is make plays for your ass. He's a tough dude. He's a football player. You need functional. You need level-headed. You need something reliable. I get it. Matt Collins will never have the kind of talent that OBJ has been blessed with, or maybe Devontae Parker coming out of Louisville. I understand he can explode like Jalen Waddle, but that mofo, all he ever does is make plays and is a tough player, and you can count on him. Why aren't you playing him?
We agree.
That's the function.
I failed you this week because I should ask. I did ask about Albert Wilson. We did ask about Preston Williams.
You failed me by not getting 3 of my jokes today.
Oh, I did.
3 of my jokes today. You missed out on 3 jokes today.
I did. Completely went over my head. One I thought was in poor taste. God rest the dead. But
I wasn't making fun of that. I was just saying I was just being accurate about Henry Ruggs. That's all I was doing.
Wow.
Am I not accurate? Did he not do that? I'm just saying. I was just pointing it out. So just,
Hey, cows are sacred to their culture, and we eat them. Just saying.
I like Chick-fil-A. What can I tell you?
Not cows. Yeah, no cows. Okay, you like chicken? Like, what is it?
No. Well, because I got.
You like that beef?
I got gout.
I've been with you with Eric, where you put down some beef.
Yeah, well, once every 2-3 weeks or something, I'll do that. But normally, it's Chick-fil-A for me, baby. That's all I can say. So.
All right, I got to get out of here because we're about.
All right. So what's the prediction, by the way, before I let you go?
This is the last game that I'm ever predicting them to win, 24-21. And honestly, if they don't, win,
I was going to give up. So I can't lay the 5.5.
No, I would never bet. If they lose this game, there will be fire and brimstone laid on this team for the next 2 weeks. I promise you that. Like, I promise.
Yeah. No. The Dolphin Nation will lose their minds if they lose
I'm going to be coming at this team like John Wick. Like, you lay a goose egg and you quit because that's the only way you could. I mean, Tyrod Taylor is a baller now. He's dominated the Dolphins.
So if they lose, you're shooting the Dolphins in the Continental. I got you.
Like John Wick.
You didn't pick up on that either.
The
hotel is the Continental.
Oh, I thought it was his old school car.
Christ, oh. God bless. Holy crap, this man doesn't pick up on anything.
0 for 4. 0 for 4. All right. Hold on. I need to know if your texters got all of your jokes. Like
I think a lot of them got my jokes.
They got to give me. They got to give me a ratio.
Be honest out there. Okay, there's over 400 people right now in the chat board. 2 for 4. Right?
Were they 2 for 4? 4 for 4?
Send me on the 4 jokes. How many did you get out of the 4 jokes I said? Did you go 0 for 4 like Omar? 1 for 4, 2 for 4, 3 for 4, or Did you go the whole cycle 4 for 4? I want to know how many.
I need to know.
Troy
And you
says,
let me,
I got
you
them
let
all.
me know. You let me know.
PDK says 3 of 4. Got a 3 of 4. 3 of 4. I got 3. 4 for 4. 3 of 4. Caesar said 2 of 4. 3 of 4. 3 of 4. 2 of 4. 4 for 4. 4 for 4. 2 of 4. 0 for 4. Look, Darren Lee with you. 0 for 4. Although Darren goes, that's a bad segment. 0 for 4. Which now I know Darren Lee's lying because this was a great segment. Okay.
Oh,
this is an excellent segment.
I am really disappointed. I am 0 for 4 on every single show. And but you know what it is? The last one, I totally forgot the hotel's name, the Continental. I thought you were talking about his old school car that they screwed up, and I love John Wick. Totally forgot that it
was a Chevelle, I think it is, if I'm correct. Was it a Chevelle?
I couldn't remember. But yeah, 0 for 4. God.
Yeah, most everybody was 3 for 4. There's some 4 for 4s.
I'm curious which one they missed.
Daddy Dean says 0 for 4. So he missed out on all 4. Okay. So it's pop culture references, man. You got to be, that's why I'm a talk show host, because I got to have all those kind of references to lean on. You know what I mean?
Can't believe you remember the name of the hotel. God dog, that was.
You know how many times I've watched that movie? I can watch John Wick over and over and over. I love John Wick, dude.
You don't have to think to watch that. You just watch him kill.
It's just fun watching him kick some ass.
Yeah.
It's fun watching him just live after falling like 8 stories down. It's just
think about it. He's got 2 of the best characters in movie history in recent years: The Matrix and now John Wick. And he's probably a horrible actor.
Well, wait a minute. I'm sorry, but you're leaving out Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, because that's one of the all-time characters right there. All-time stoner character of all. Besides Spicoli, he's probably next. So that's another one of his very famous characters right there.
So that means he can't be that bad of an actor.
Oh, no. Keanu Reeves is an excellent actor. All right, you be good. We'll catch up post game.
We got to debate that one. It's good movies, great roles, kind of the same guy in every movie.
You're right. Except for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
He's like the Taken guy. It's
like a stoner guy. Yeah, right, exactly.
Like Liam. Yeah. All right, man.
All right, baby. Be good. That's Omar Kelly and our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report, and it's on fire.
Been listening to the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report with Omar Kelly. For additions, home remodeling, or custom work, call Eric at 305-433-4843. EJDconstruction.com is the custom home builder and general contractor you can trust. 305-433-4843.
By Edwin Robles. Point Break was great. You're right about that. So Point Break was like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He then grows up, right? Goes to Utah, becomes Johnny Utah, right? He kind of cleans up his act, but he's still kind of a stoner because he used to be a stoner, but now he's in Utah. So he's the Utes. He blows out his knee, but then he ends up as a cop. And so then now he can still kind of be his guy. And why can't I carry this board around and act stoned? So there you go. I like it. It was the evolution. I like it. The evolution of Bill, right? Because he was Bill. Ooh, you have the Greg Cosell cut. Look at you. This is why he is the best producer in the business, baby. And that is Sean Stanley. Will Ortiz, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. A lot of love on the super chat. Big O, did you hear Greg Cosell's evaluation of Tua? Well, I did not. And guess what? Now I'm going to hear it. You're going to hear it. Some of you will see it. Let's fire away, Sean. Go ahead.
Miami's in a really interesting situation because we know that they don't believe Tua is the quarterback, and the tape tells you that. But Tua is he's a beat slow with his elimination and isolation. He's not a high-level anticipator. He does not really have a lot of arm strength. So he's a struggling quarterback that 2 different coordinators last year and this year they've seen what he is and they try to work around it, but you can only work around it so much.
Yeah, let's talk.
There you go. So another non-believer of Mr. Tua Tagovailoa. We shall see, folks. Time will tell. See, my problem is with these guys, I don't trust their assessment because look at the coaching that you're giving him. And there's a lot of people failing on that team, not just Tua. I don't believe everybody's that bad. So we will find out. We will find out. Mark my words, Tua will never be anything special for anyone. That's what Dana says. Mike says Point Break, Keanu Reeves and Gary Busey made a good duo. Excellent flick. I love that flick. I can watch Point Break over and over and over again on a loop. Hey, just so you'll know, the swine flu originated in the U.S. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I appreciate that. But either way, you know what I'm talking about. They mix too much with animals over there. They got to stop doing that stuff over there. He's been reviewing film for 42 years, Big O. I know him. I've had dinner with Greg Cosell. I know who Greg Cosell is, dude. Trust me. You don't have to intro me to Greg Cosell. Okay? I used to have dinner with him for a couple years straight over at Buca de Pepo over there in Indy. We'd meet a bunch of people, and Greg was part of that group. I was part of that group. Did it for a couple of years. Good dude, knows his stuff. I got not that anybody is perfect, obviously, but hey, he's just part of a large group of people that don't believe in the kid. I'm more about his environment is what's hurting him more than anything else, and it makes him look like that. But we'll see. Time, man, time. It's all he's got to get out of here. So this offseason, somebody will make the move for him. He'll go somewhere where he either gets to compete for a job or has a job as a starting quarterback, and then we will find out. And he will get that final opportunity. And if he can succeed, then we'll find out he's good. And if he doesn't, then those of you that didn't believe in the kid, you will be, you will be right, as they say. Eddie Lepp says, awesome point. Kid in Bill and Ted, then young cop in Point Break, older cop in Speed. Oh, that's right, older cop in Speed. There you go. Had a dream in Matrix, but it taught him how to fight. Took that to John Wick. There you go. He says the life of Bill Preston. Exactly. There you go. Daniel Grafton says, knock, knock, the GOAT of Keanu Reeves movies. There you go. Let's see. What else do we have on the text line? Did I miss any super chats while I was talking to Omar? No. All right. Damn, Omar struggled, bro. All right, Sean, how many of the jokes did you get? Be honest now.
3 out of 4.
Okay, which was the one you missed?
The John Wick one.
Oh, okay. All right. You know what? I can see a lot of people. Those of you that went 3 or 4, is that the one that you didn't know the Continental was the hotel? Is that what it was? I can see that. That's understandable, dude. I know, just an idiot like me that has seen the movie 40 times. That's why it kind of sticks to me. You know, I'm one of those fools that watches a movie that I like 8,000 times. I run into it and I'll keep watching it. And then I get to a point where I know all the lines. And then your wife or your girlfriend looks at you and says, what is wrong with you? You know, because women, they don't want to watch. I'm gonna stereotype now. Women, they don't watch movies twice. They're really not into it's near impossible to find women that like to watch a movie over and over again. Seriously. Men, we have a tendency, on average, I'm not going to say all men, but men have a tendency of, man, if they love Goodfellas, they'll watch it over and over again. It doesn't matter. They run into whatever, Animal House or Old School, you name it. It doesn't matter. Whatever movie that you really like a lot, okay? You run into it, you stop and you watch it over and over. You don't care if you watched it 80 times. You don't care if you've seen The Spy Who Loves Me 400 times. You'll watch it a 401st time. A Few Good Men. Oh my God, I got to the court scene. Oh, I'm stopping right here. I got to see Jack Nicholson get pissed. You F with the wrong Marine. It's just a thing that we do. And by the way, folks, please smash the like button. You are correct, Rich V. Appreciate that. Hit that like button. Very, very important. Christopher Justum says, big disagreement. Some women love to rewatch certain movies like Crazy Rich Asians. Like I said, it's rare, Christopher. It's rare that you'll find a woman that will watch movies over again. Okay? Very rare. Near impossible. I would say it's less than 0.5% of women that will watch movies over again. Men, I'd say 80% of men watch movies over again. They don't care. They love watching it. They've seen Steven Seagal kick everybody's ass, and they'll watch it again. And they'll watch John Wick, and they'll watch what's the other one that I like from the Tom Cruise one? What's his name on that one? Damn it. Somebody help me out there. What's the name of the Tom Cruise one? That he's kind of that former military guy, and he goes and he kicks everybody's ass and solves all the, the issues going on, whatever it is. What the hell is the name of that? His character now. Come on, somebody's got to come up with it. I don't even know why I'm forgetting it right now. Jack Reacher. Thank you, Caesar and Christopher and all that. I appreciate it. No, not Mission Impossible, but I do love those. You know what? I can rewatch the Mission Impossibles too. Big O, I've been watching Breaking Bad for the second week now, second time through. See what I mean? Yep. Jack Reach around. We're so juvenile. Oh, it's so awesome, isn't it? It is just absolutely awesome. All right, what else do we have that I wanted to talk about? No, I think we got pretty much everything covered. I think we've got pretty much everything. What can I tell you? Oh, true on movie watching. I watched a movie about a young lady named Debbie. Who traveled extensively in the land of Dallas about 1,000 times. Dougie Fresh, you are awesome, dude. You are awesome. You always get me to laugh at least once or twice a day. Rewatching The Wire. Dude, The Wire's so good. So good. China still has a day where they cook and eat dogs. You're right, dogs are God's angels. Yeah, no, I know. I see you hurting a dog and I will lose my mind. I remember that video. Did you ever see that video of the two guys and the one guy was in the passenger seat, he had a white dog and he was hitting it? I'd give anything to find those guys. Anything. I'd give anything to find those guys. God, I saw that video and it infuriated me how he had that poor dog trapped between his legs and he was hitting it. And I was like, God, I want to do that to you. Oh, man, I want to do that to you. But I'm not only going to do it with my hands, I'm probably going to do it with a bat. So, yeah. Yeah, I have no sympathy for anybody that treats animals like crap. Forget it. You'll lose me. Dana says Pulp Fiction, greatest movie ever. I've seen that many times. Hunt for Red October. My daughter laughs at me when I stop and I'm watching Hunt for Red October. It's gotten to a point where I will mess with my daughter and I'll call her and I'll say, hey, listen, why don't you come on over, man? Let's watch a movie. She goes, what are you going to watch? I'm going to go Hunt for Red October. And she'll hang up on me. Because it's a running joke all the time. And then when it's on, if she happens to be in the house at that moment, I'll say, Katie, come on over here. You got to see this. And she'll come on over. What is it? Look, Hunt for Red October's on. And she'll go, you asshole. I kill her with that Hunt for Red October like all the time. I love Hunt for Red October. I can watch that one a whole bunch of times too, man. I already have. Jason Bourne series, me too. I can watch all of those. I don't necessarily rewatch the one with Jeremy. I forgot the kid's last name. The one that the guy that picked it up after. But the original, yes, with what is it? What's his name? Damn it, now I'm forgetting his name now. But yes, I normally watch the regular Born Identities and whatever it is, all those different ones with Moby jamming at the end. Jeremy Renner, that's it. That's the guy. Thank you, Jeremy Renner. Thank you, and Matt Damon. Yes, there you go. Scarface too. Yes, I know every line, every word in Scarface. That's, like a lot of you. Women watch shows like Insecure and Pose and nothing else. Yeah, but they won't even rewatch them. It's a thing for women. They don't want to rewatch anything. It's almost, I'm telling you, it's so minimal, the amount of women that'll do it. If you know one, it's like a needle in the haystack. But for us, for men, we love it. We can't get enough of it. So, yeah. All right, we are out of here. We will see you Sunday. All right? Sunday, we will see you. We are headed to Atlanta tomorrow. We're going to go see Metallica, Greta Van Fleet, and Cage the Elephant. We'll be back on Sunday morning, ready to rock and roll, to carry you through the Texans and Miami Dolphins game live from Sports Grill in Miami on Bird Road and 114th. So come on out, folks. Join us out there at Bird and 114th. It's a game we got a shot to win, so let's load it up out there at Sports Grill. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some sports. Let's be responsible, folks, please, out there. Don't do stupid stuff like Henry Ruggs, okay? Don't get behind a wheel if you're inebriated. Please call an Uber, a Lyft, a AAA. If you listen, you want to enjoy yourself this weekend, go ahead, man. It's fine. If you want to have a couple drinks, whatever, but have a designated driver. If you don't have a designated driver, call AAA. They can take you and your car home for no problem, no issues. If you don't have AAA, maybe you should buy AAA. I have AAA. My family has AAA. We don't have it because we get drunk, but we have it because maybe we break down and you need something or, okay. But for those of you that maybe you want to party a little, please, folks, you don't want to ruin a person's life and their families like Henry Ruggs did. And that's something you'll never recover from. That young man will go to jail and will live with that horror for the rest of his life. And you don't want to live with that. That would be incredibly irresponsible. So let's be responsible. Let's take care of each other. That's kind of the idea. Let's try to get along too. You know what I'm saying? So be good out there. Much love. We'll see you on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Sean and I will be out at Sports Grill. Appreciate it. Please smash the like button. I love you all.
This is the Big O Show.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
It's the Big O